All right. We're at that time again. We are in the Thursday night throwdown. Joining me always with my boy D will be on a little bit later. Rich may be on as well. He may bitch and moan about the NFL for 10 minutes. But we've got a good show for you tonight. It should be a good time. Um, so there are a couple plays that we're looking at. I gave the under already in the chat in the Florida game. That looks really well. Both these teams don't look that really excited to be in this game, so we'll see how this kind of plays out. Um, Florida should have just scored there. Emory Jones making bad decisions, which is why. Um, so it is a question where Emory Jones is going to transfer. There are conversations that he could basically flip the field and move over to UCF at the end of the game. Wouldn't be a bad idea for him. He should have a chance to be able to start. I think UCF can do a lot better. What's up, Gerardo? How we doing? And we got the Niner game on a little lately. We got completely fucking hosed in the over game in the Texas. That just really screwed me. Back-to-back nights already way behind. But we'll see. We move on there. I like San Francisco to win the game. I like San Francisco to cover. I think this game really breaks down to one of two things. The only issue I have is Tennessee does the one thing that San Francisco does well, but based on the number of people that are out on the Tennessee offensive line, is going to make this very difficult. It's going to be lots of short throws, lots of movement. Julio Jones will play. AJ Brown will play. How effective they will be the case. You are going to have, I believe, 3 guys out on the Tennessee offensive line. So I have a teaser with the Tennessee +9. I do think they cover the 9. I'm on the under in this game. I'm on the under before the game starts. I'm on the under in my teaser. We've been screwed on so many Thursday night football games where we're on the over and we're dying for points. And quite frankly, that's kind of what I see there. You look at Tennessee's last couple games, 24-21, 24-20. Wouldn't shock me, and we basically just get screwed. But wouldn't shock me if we get 20-14. My question is, can Tennessee play? Deontay Foreman's coming in this game, but he's already hurt. I just don't like 45. 45 is such a low number that it could go over on accident. Like I said, I like San Francisco to win the game. I think they had the prevailing team, better team right now. They're playing better as a team. Their defense is playing well. Not that Tennessee's any slouch. It's just you've got Ryan Tannehill in 4 straight games. Your quarterback hasn't broke 215 yards. His prop is sitting at 217.
Hello everyone, this is Reza Dorani. Today's video is about customizing.
If Central Florida scores more than 7 points, I'd be completely shocked.
Using JSON.
I'm just going off right now from what I've seen. This just Florida is so much better on defense than there's no way Florida should not win this going away. My only question ever was the owner, was Florida going to score 40 points? Doesn't look like that's going to happen. UCF is struggling to get first downs. Florida is struggling to move the ball on its touchdown. Here we go. That's what we need. A nice punt return. Give me 7, and I can turn around and not feel bad about this game. I'm looking at some of the props that we've got here. Yo, what's up, Benjamin? How we doing? 1 second, Milo. As soon as Rich gets on here, I will go take you out. Can't wait that long. Yeah, I know there's a number of people because Deontay Foreman is giving you a number that they just want you to take. They flat out want you to take. They want you to take Jeff Wilson too. I mean, he had 100 yards last week. They're going to run the ball with their offensive line. Tennessee's thing is they're going to be able to stop the ball. I just think it's sad to say, but my faith right now is in Deebo Samuel. My faith is in Deebo Samuel to be able to make a play and the 49er defense to make a play. I'm looking at what we have and some props and rushing yards. I was out Christmas shopping, so it's a little late. I was hoping Rich would be on right at 7:30, but he's not. So D's still stuck at work for a little bit of time. And if Florida's smart, they just run the ball every down. UCF will not be able to stop it. You'll get yourself into favorable territory, and you should be able to move the sticks. As long as you don't let Emory Jones throw the football. Just run the ball, run the quarterback, run the ball. There you go. Emory Jones, that's what he can do well. Keep it and run. We're going to be on Sadiq Bay. It's getting ready to tip off right now. Over 60.5. Cunningham's out, so that's another guy who's a primary ball carrier. That's going to be out. I'm looking at some lineups here. I got some complete lineups that were shook on me on the NBA in the earlier games, so I want to make sure they weren't doing that at the 7:30 games. You've got no Bradley Beal tonight. You've got no Caldwell Pope, and with the Knicks still having Randall and Kemba Walker, no RJ, but that's really not there. Quickly's not going to play either. You're getting the Knicks up -3 versus Washington. I don't know how you don't take that. You got Corey Kispert, Kyle Kuzma, solid guys, but not anybody that I factor that I think that the Knicks can't take care of. So I like the Knicks -3. That's going to be an official play. I think it just tipped off. I'm going to have to take that live. Big third down again with Florida. Once again, this might be a factor of they just don't have a field goal kicker. They're going to throw the screen, and it's there. He's got the first down. He's down to the 7, to the 6, to the 3. Come on, Florida. Punch this in. Yeah, I'm fucking rooting for a Gator. And should be taken out back and shot. What's up, fellas? What's up, Jump Shot? Hey, Jump Shot. Jordan's not here. Rich is not on yet, and D's stuck at work. If you want to jump on, let me know. I'll send you the link. So I'm not talking to myself. Yeah, I'm on the first half under in Detroit as well. I definitely like that as well. Detroit, though, likes to kind of get up and down. I mean, this is going to be the question if Miami's going to play defense. There's my buddy. Now we can talk NFL. Hey, what's up, Rich?
Yo.
Rich, you're on mute.
No, I don't think so. I can hear you.
Rich?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Can anyone else hear Rich? Oh, I know what the issue is. Sorry, Rich. You're good.
Okay. Can you hear me?
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What's going on?
That fucking debacle of the under in the first, the over in the first game. You get 34 points in the first half, and you don't go over. You get 74 points.
Yeah, I saw where they what they had it in the red zone twice and turned it over.
Well, you had a turnover and downs. You had the interception right before the end of the half. You had 2 missed field goals. You had the end of the game there where they decided to just sit on the freaking ball. So,
Right.
and
Brutal.
North Texas didn't run the ball. Ayun was off all day. You could tell why the kid quit baseball. He must be airballing the ball over the first baseman's head every time. I mean, that he was all over the place. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, he had a couple good plays, but I mean, I'm sure their defense said, "Hey, we're just gonna stick a safety behind the wide receivers, and we're gonna get an interception," and that's what happened. But yeah, so my mile in the end looked pretty good. It was pretty decent. So I did take a treble today. I took the Pelicans, 76ers, and Heat treble. I just gave the Knicks -3 as an official play. No Bradley Beal tonight for the Wizards. The Knicks should take this as a game that they really need to get right. They've let a lot go of late. So that's one of the things they're talking. I like San Francisco in this game. I like San Francisco in the under 52. I don't think either of these offices are very prolific. I also think you have Tennessee, which does stop the best thing that San Francisco does. The issue, what I was telling the people on the show, is why I like San Francisco in this is you've got 3 offensive linemen out for Tennessee. And you can get A.J. Brown back, and you can get Julio Jones, who might play a quarter. And then what you're basically just going to watch is your quarterback getting killed. So
Yeah. So I didn't tease the game. I do like the Niners. I also took the over. I got over 44. The straight over. I don't know. I feel like the number's off. I think if the game was in San Fran, I would like uh the over a lot less because I think San Fran's defense steps up a little bit more at home. But I I think both teams should be able to move the ball and score. And offensive line issues on the Titans side. We could have we could have some a turnover or something coming that way. Maybe San Fran ends up with a short field. I do like San Fran in the game. I don't. I haven't actually bet San Fran yet, but I do like them to win the game. They're a better team. They just are.
yeah,
But these primetime games have been kind of weird. Actually, the entire NFL has been kind of weird, so I'm kind of hesitant to really bet anything, to be honest.
I agree with everything. The only thing I sit there and say, like, I'm taking Kittle anytime touchdown at a +100.
Which Bosa is on the COVID list? Is it the Chargers or is it San Fran's? One of them's on the COVID list.
So the official people out for the game are Elijah Mitchell, Dre Clarence, Talent Kofaga, Golden McFX, and Maurice Hurst. Those are the inactives. Let me see who's on the San Francisco COVID list, because those won't be listed as inactives.
Touchdown Florida.
Yeah, it's about freaking time. I mean, I was telling everybody there, I'd be shocked if UCF got over 7 points. Roger Saffold is on there. So here's the final COVID list. That's just the injury list. That doesn't show the COVIDs. Oh, I wrote COVID list, and it says here's the COVID list. I mean, this is one of the interestingest games that you look at when you have a chance for the quarterback who's playing for Florida to play for UCF next year.
Yeah, that's weird. It's very weird. I'm kind of. I was kind of surprised that this kid was actually playing for Florida.
Well, he's the only kid with that is in the transfer portal that is starting the game.
Right.
He's the only player in
Yeah,
the
it
country.
doesn't make sense. It
Everybody
doesn't
else-
make sense to me.
Everybody else,
Yeah,
every time,
Twatty.
every other person.
That's what me and my
Oh,
wife were just talking about. That we think pretty much everybody has COVID right now.
yeah, my buddy's got COVID. So here we look. All right, finally got the list. All right. So we have the Tennessee, and there was a big run by UCF here. So we got Des Fitzpatrick, Jamal Carter, Chris Jackson, Elijah Molden. AJ Brown was on the list, but he's released. For San Francisco, I don't see anybody.
I was gonna say I don't think Bosa's on the list. I think it's the other. I think it's the other Bosa. I think it's Joey, not Nick.
All right, you're here right now for a second. I got to run the dog out real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So UCF's at 8.5 right now, and based on the way these fucking bowl games go, I probably should hammer the 8.5. But I don't think.
I mean, it seems like the dogs have been covering or winning a lot of these games.
Not lately. Well, last
No?
night you had the dog win. You had the dog cover. The earlier game, you didn't have the dog cover.
Yeah.
So. Oh, hold 1 second. Oh, my food's sitting outside. This isn't my food.
What's up, D? D's in the chat.
Hey, can you mute
20s
me?
played tonight. I don't. I never
didn't
set
log
up the controls. I never set up the controls because I'm
All right.
fucking lazy. Working on my last project and headed out. D. Twatty's play tonight is Bullock over 5.5. He's hit that 9 of 13, and San Fran has good red zone defense. Yeah, I like that. What? Let's see. We're in Tennessee. I don't think we've got any weather. Let me check the weather. Tennessee weather, 54 degrees. Winds 11 miles. Yeah, 45 degrees. Okay. Doesn't look like we've got any rain. Yeah, cool. Yeah, good weather. Deadman hurt from Miami. Man, the sports the last week or so has been brutal. It's been makes me like this. The last week in football in general has just made me not want to watch or listen or play or bet or anything football ever. It's been a bad week. We'll say all players cleared. Yeah, I've got a fantasy basketball team, and I have more guys on the more guys in COVID protocols than I have not, like on my team. And I was picking up guys to fill in, and you only get 5 ads a week, so it's like, you burn through them within the first couple days of the week, and then by the time you get to the middle or the end of the week, you've got so many guys out or on the COVID list that you can't even field a full team. Yeah, no Simeon, no Taysom, no Dalvin Cook. I see Lockett got activated today. That's fantastic. That helps me 0 because I've already lost. They pushed those 3 games. They haven't announced that yet. 20. Neither of them, to my knowledge, have cleared. I haven't seen anything saying that they've cleared and are good to start on I guess it's Saturday, right? Christmas. Yeah, Mullins was okay. He was serviceable. Typical Browns bullshit. Need 1 first down to win a fucking game, can't get it. 1 first down to win a game, that's a story of this fucking season. That's happened like 4 times now. Yep, 100%. 100%. It's depressing. World Series of Poker. Is that going on right now? Is that going on right now, or is that like from before? Yep. I've seen that movie 100 times, 20. I've seen it so many times. As soon as they punted, I knew it was over. Yeah, Gerardo, I think I know he led a game-winning drive in the Steelers game also. And they also said in that Browns game that the Raiders have the number one passing offense in football. That was a stat that I definitely didn't think that they were number one, but they do take a lot of deep shots. And I know, when they had a certain other receiver, they opened the top a little bit. I know they've got they went out and got Djax to do that, to replace him. What is this game not on TV tonight? This isn't on regular TV. Great. Oh, it says Fox. Oh no, that's the Browns game. NFL Network only. Awesome. I don't understand why they're putting these games on NFL Network only when it's the only game on. I don't know if we've got any. Is there any hockey going on? Didn't they stop hockey? Okay, so no hockey then. Oh, there's D. That's cool. I won't have to sit here and talk to myself anymore. You're still on mute, D. I'm sure you probably know that though. I wanted to take a look at the I'm gonna take a look at the sack prop. See what we're getting on that. I mean, of course, the only thing is that we're probably going to get a lot of running in this game. Would be my guess. Kind of going to hurt the sack prop. Thought Foreman would have a big game last week. He did. He had a pretty big game. Didn't get the touchdown, but over 100 yards. And somehow Tennessee managed to choke away that game.
What up?
What's up, D?
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Just looking at the looking to see if they've got a sack prop up here. It's 4.5. I might take it.
I think Fox got the wrong food or what?
What happened?
I think Fox got the wrong food. They dropped off the wrong food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's fun.
What's the teaser?
Fox gave out. I don't know. What did he give out? I know he gave out the under.
Straight up.
He gave out the under. I think he gave out. Somebody in the chat help me out here.
All right. Well, I got a couple plays here. I'm gonna run it back with Fred Warner over 5.5 or 8.5 tackles plus assist. That boy looks juiced up today. That should be hopefully the cash in the third quarter. And then this one's going out on a limb on this one. I'm gonna go with the Niners to have the most punts plus 180. This is a personal play.
Okay.
And then I have I think it's Ayuk. Let's see what we got here. All right, so my anytime touchdown, I took Kittle and Samuel. Those are going to be official plays. I think. I mean, he's on the under. I know that kind of sucks.
I think Fox gave out the Kittle one.
Okay.
You're taking anytime, right?
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fox gave out Kittle.
All right. Well, I'm going to give out Debo then.
Okay.
Those are both plus money. And then I had one last one. It was it's Jimmy G under 245.5 passing yards.
Okay.
I
don't hate
know
that.
what's his name's out. But they still got Kyle and they still got what's his name? I picked him up. The fuck was his name? Jeff Wilson, right?
Yeah. Yep. Jeff Wilson. Ouch.
Of course, the game script might change on us, but that's what I got.
Well, it seems like
Fuck.
they can run the ball with anybody. Doesn't really seem like it matters who's back there.
Right. I muted you, Fox. So if you've been talking for the past like 10 minutes, we have not heard you.
All right, sorry.
What was
Yeah,
the
I'm on
teaser,
the.
Fox?
I like the under 52 and the taking the Titans plus 9.
Okay. That's what I
Do you think
figured.
it's
I wasn't sure. I know we like San Fran to win the game, but I don't, you don't tease through 0. And I don't like turning down that many points.
Yeah, Thursday night game, short rest. Everybody and
Tennessee's
their
at
mother's
home.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Weather seems pretty decent. Twatty gave out a play in the chat on Bullock, kicker. He gave out over. He likes over 5.5. I only have 6.5. I don't know if anybody else has 5.5, but Bovada's got bad lines. Checked out the weather. Weather seems pretty nice there.
Yep. Florida
Little
misses the
wind.
field goal.
I just took Jeff Wilson over 1.5 receptions.
Oh, you got that? I kind of like that.
And I almost drank the beer from last night. That's gross.
That's not good.
I was like, that's a little empty. That's a little warm.
And warm.
No, it's actually kind of cold in here because it's been raining and about to snow.
Kind of cold.
No, I mean, you want to know what kind of cold it is for me right now? 50.
50? Yeah.
Yeah, Sadiq's got 7 in the first quarter.
Well, oh, there we go. All right, we already have one. All right.
Yeah, you can adjust that, D. I
Yeah.
kind of like the first half under 22.5, and I'm playing the number here. I mean, I almost like the first quarter over 7.5 and the first half under 22.5. And I'm literally
Yeah,
just
right,
playing the
jump
number.
shot. 50 is cold.
Haha.
Yeah, when it
Oh,
gets down on the 20s here, I'm like, man, it's
Oh, it's kind of
a little
warm.
chilly out. It's a little chilly out.
Sorry, man. I live in
supposed to be
Cali.
55 for Christmas. It's supposed to be 55 for Christmas.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got for
here
Christmas. It's
too.
gonna be 41.
Really? That's crazy. Yeah,
I
it's
live
supposed
up
to
in the
be
mountains, low key.
it's
So
supposed to be like 55 here on
nice.
Christmas.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I think you'll get a couple screen passes. So, yeah. Oh,
Right.
Pistons are playing
Stuff for
close to
Florida
the
State.
vest. The Hawks are not going to be able to sustain this.
Are we still on Florida? How's that game?
I am still 6-7 to 6.
Full disclosure, I took UCF pregame.
Yeah, I seen what you said in the Discord.
Sorry.
The question really on the UCF is really simple. It's going to be how much Florida cared. So
That was my thought process. This game's it's a lot more important for UCF than it is for Florida, in my opinion.
it is, but Florida's defense should really. I'm kind of surprised they actually already scored. To be honest with you, I thought they'd score, but they'd score towards the end of the game when it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
So to continue with my day sucks. I ordered 2 plates from Panda Express to deliver there. My Uber Eats person delivers it. Now it's a tied bag, so it's not really her fault, but she should have looked at the bag and said, the ticket shows 2 plates. So you only have 1 container in the bag. That's not a plate. So you missed a whole other plate. And then Uber's nice. They're like, oh, we'll refund the back. I'm like, that's great. I just don't get to eat because
Right. Yeah, I still need, my food.
it should be, we'll refund it back and we'll give you a part of your drive or your next order if you do it in the next hour or so. We waive the delivery fee or something like that.
Right.
You can still take the driver, but that's kind of what it should be. They're just like, oh, we'll just give you your money back. Well, I also used the promo code, so I was like, so the money back I got back was $10. My meal was $30.
Right.
I was like, okay. How about you give me the $10 back and the promo code so I can use it again? So now me and my son are splitting the meal. Oh, all right. So Pelicans looking good. That's looking good. Pistons are playing good versus the Heat. They won't sustain.
The teaser, we're going. I keep thinking the Colts are playing tonight. Tennessee and the under, or are we going over?
Under. I think you're more likely to get under 52 than you are to get over 38. I still think the over 38 most likely hits. I actually think the 45, 44 and a half hits just by luck.
Yeah.
But I think it hits at the end of the game.
I'm taking Foreman over 12.5 carries.
Oh shit! I gotta. Oh.
Come on, Florida, you can't give up that bullshit reverse for 40 yards.
What's up, MT? Took
I will say right now,
took
I'm fucking ice
49ers
cold.
+3 and under 51.
Fading me might be the way to go.
It's just been a really, really crazy last week or two.
It had last week was fine for me, except for the Saints game. I mean, I thought I was going to come out really, really well. But basically, all the stuff that I won last week, I've given it back already. So yeah. So I mean, down about 10 units. So
I almost
with
want
like
to just
4 days ago.
I almost want to just cash out my entire bankroll to Bitcoin and just let it sit. Just ride it.
Well, that's what my buddy did. My buddy got out of gambling and just went right into stocks, and his stock portfolio went up 200%. I was like, yeah, that's probably I'm making more money doing that. Yeah, Zinger's out. Bunch of guys out for the Bucks too, though. So, I mean, it's Jordan Noir and friends. I mean, that's probably a nice number. I do kind of like that if you're still getting that at 3.
Yeah, MT. It's not as fun, but I think it's a hell of a lot less stressful.
I put it in a bowl. They screwed up, so we had to split the one order. It's in a bowl. It's teriyaki chicken and white rice and some fried rice. I tried to take away most of the things you don't like. You're welcome. It's better than nothing. Kind of pissed. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting the Bucks at a good number, I could like that.
Alright, give me a
Man,
second.
he misses it. What? No effing way was that good. It was over the stick and off to the left.
They do the old kick it over the post trick.
Yep. Oh, just pissed. There is a team that's been covering. One of the teams that's been covering is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. It's they're pretty good, aren't they? Are they good?
Yeah, they're not bad.
Or they've been playing good? I don't know. It's hard to keep track of the NBA because you've got teams that are playing with like 8 guys and games are constantly canceled, and I don't know. I was lamenting over my fantasy basketball team that's a complete train wreck because I've maxed out all my injured list players with all my COVID players. So it's like a shell game every freaking day trying to figure out who the hell's going to play.
This guy's gonna play. Let's throw it on this.
Well, and the thing about it is that you only get 5 ads a week. And the last 2 weeks I've been out of ads by like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the rest of the week all I do is get burned by guys that aren't playing, and I can't add anybody. So it's super
all you're
fun.
doing is just sitting there going, all right.
Yeah,
I
it's
see
super fun.
you guys all give the Nuggets, and I have no idea how you give the Nuggets.
They fucking lost me money yesterday. I am not betting on them today. Fuck them.
I
You
don't
got
know
to double down. Double down.
Fuck them.
Who are they
I went
playing?
heavy on them too.
They're playing Charlotte, and what do we go?
We can get the Knicks right now at a money line. I'm taking
Jokic
that.
playing?
Yes. But the problem with Denver is really simple. Their bench is the worst in basketball right now.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. As soon as you get to your bench kids, every team in the league comes right back. I
Yeah.
mean, it's so terrible. It's beyond words. You're playing a Charlotte team. I mean, if I had to guess in this game's a track meet.
That used to be how the Cavs were the last time LeBron was there. Was anytime he was on the floor, with the starters, they would build a lead, and then he'd go sit, and then you just take the other team. You just take the points with the other team because they come back every time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the first halves right now.
I just took the Knicks plus 2.5 first half.
That's a crazy first half. They're giving you a freaking 120 in the Denver Charlotte game, but the over the game is 232. I'd go the opposite. I just, to me, when it says that way, it's gonna hit, and it's gonna hit with not even a degree like issue, but on principle alone, I have to take the under. Florida, I can't believe you're losing this game. I mean, that's the one thing. You're also losing this game. It's not like they're going into halftime and going, "You got to play. You got to come on. Who do you think you are for next year? You're
Right.
nobody."
Did you guys see what I posted? So the quarterback for Florida is going to UCF next year.
It's not official, but that's one of the schools he's looking at. Yes.
That's some bullshit. I would be like, bro, you're sitting on the bench. You're in the transfer
Soon as you
portal.
said
You
you
want to
have-
play for me? No.
Soon
I
as
don't know
you
that
said
they
you're
have
going,
anybody playing.
I mean, Anthony Richardson is the one guy. So Sadiq's got 11 points already. He's making up for that bullshit 4 for 23 the other night and missed it by 1 point. So San Francisco's already going. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. You just, I don't know. I think I think the reason he's playing this game is UCF was one of the options. I think he wants somewhere else that's better. And he thinks maybe having a good bowl performance would help out. Come on, Emory. This is what you do well. Run. There you go. Get the midfield.
Oh, it's not his choice. Like he
No, it's
doesn't
his
have a
choice.
choice of where he's going.
Well, no, you have a choice, but right now you have a choice of who can give you an offer. Everyone's still got to come out there and give you an offer, and it's got to be an offer where, I mean, to me, I see some of these guys transferred. I have no idea what the world they're thinking. Like he's going deep, he's got a man, and he just missed him. He was literally just running by himself. Throw the ball up when that happens, not down the field. Oh, he was pressured, but he literally had a man just running free. All he had to do is just loft the ball in the air. Instead, he throws a low arcing 30-degree pass down the field. This is going nowhere. Oh, he gets the block. He gets the. Oh, he's a yard short. And what's the flag? That's going to be against the Gators for a block downfield. You gain 9 yards and you get your. I heard that was a hold. It's more like a tackle than a hold.
So AJ Brown and Julio are both playing tonight. I mean,
For how
Julio's
long?
playing. Well, yeah, I know Julio's playing. Maybe a half.
Yep. All right, big 2nd and 17. You're going to lose 4. That's not a good play. All right, let's see what the Niners can do.
I'm taking punt.
I was tempted to take $1,000 on Kittle and just say that's what I'm going to live and die on.
I would. But I think Debo
Plus
scores
400.
first.
Kittle's touchdown?
Yep.
He doesn't have many touchdowns this year, does he? Only got like
Nope,
4.
he doesn't. He does in the last couple games.
I know he's missed. A good chunk of time.
Yeah, I mean, Debo's the other guy you like to get in the end zone, but I mean, we've talked about before. I'm completely shocked at how well Debo has taken over. To me, he should be the MVP race.
I mean, using him the way they're using him in the run game has just been. I mean, he's electric. Every time he touches the ball, he's got the ability to take it to the house.
There's one catch for
He's
Debo.
really had a fantastic season, and he's always been. This is what, his 3rd year, I think. He's been a guy who's been hyped, but not really produced consistently. But
You say he was
really
hyped, but he wasn't a high draft pick.
come into it this year. What's that?
I believe he was 2nd or 3rd round.
Was he?
It wasn't a first round pick. It makes you wonder what the world South Carolina was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the kid has an issue with staying healthy. That's the 100% thing. So he was drafted. This is his 3rd season. Oh, it doesn't have us drafted. I think it was drafted the 2nd. I'll look it up in a second. Big 2nd and 6 for the Niners here. Let's see what's going on. It's going to be Debo for a first down is what it's going to be. Florida down to the UCF 23. I also looked at this game and I was really pissed I didn't take it because I looked at it and it didn't make sense to me. Wyoming was a 2.5 point favorite versus Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa sucks ass. I was like, why in the world were they 2.5 point favorites? But I already lost versus Liberty earlier today, so I did. I did hit Wagner, but I lost the Liberty game, so I kind of stayed away. And of course, they win by 11. All right, Florida's got 1st and goal. Do not throw the football. Yep, there you go. Quarterback power, and it gets -1 yards. What about just running it with the running back, who's averaging 5 yards a carry? There's Kittle. I actually thought Kittle was beyond his prime. And in the last 5 games, they just been dominating.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looked really good since he's come back off the injured list.
Here comes Ayuk again, who jumps up in the air 5 yards out of bounds. He's going to cash his prop easy. He's already got 2 catches in the first drive. 2nd and goal. Emery back to pass. Emery fakes out the player. He runs back all the way backwards, and he throws it away.
San Fran is having 0 issues moving the ball.
Yeah, and that was the one thing you looked at it. You looked at it and say Tennessee's best thing they could do is they could stop the run. And it was like, okay, well, so maybe that should make San Francisco struggle. But San Francisco is, now granted, it's not design runs. I haven't say Jeff Wilson is killing San Francisco right now. I mean, killing Tennessee right now. But, yeah. Oh. I don't remember what I took at the end of the day there. I was throwing some things together.
Kittle's almost got 1,000 yards. That's pretty impressive for a guy who missed like 4 or 5 games.
This is the question. Is this a fumble? I think he's down at the 1. Is he down at the 1? That's the question. So this is Samuel again, getting down to the 1. When does he lose the football? Looks like he's down. He's down. And Jeff Wilson. And he's in. Jeff Wilson, touchdown. That's your first score of the game. Jeff Wilson Jr. Seven nothing San Francisco. Not exactly what you want if you're on the under. On the over, it's fun. That looked really easy. By the way, Florida went down and got a field goal. They're up 10-9.5. Minute 36. They're not going to cover the first half. And we're sitting at 46.5 total right now. We've got Hawks still leading the 76ers after they caught up. That's just deplorable, by the way.
Embiid hasn't done shit.
Well, that it's deplorable. Everybody's playing for the 76ers. Nobody's playing for the Hawks. It's Cam Reddish and John Collins. And Reddish has put together 2-back games. He had over 30 last night. He's got 18 in the third. He's probably going to get 30 again tonight. The 76ers have all kinds of issues. Wizards next are battling it out. It's 53-52 right there. The Pistons are actually taking an 11-point lead on the Heat. Of course they did.
I don't know if you saw earlier, somebody put in the chat that Dwayne Dedman was either out or got hurt.
Okay.
He play for Miami?
Yeah. Dedman got hurt, doesn't move the needle.
Okay.
I mean, Dedman's a good defensive guy, but you're talking a guy who averages 6 points a game and 6 rebounds a game.
Well, I assumed by the way you were phrasing that you were on Miami.
I am on Miami. I still think Miami wins this in the end. They're at home. I mean, you still got Robinson. You still got I liked it if Hero was actually going to dress, but he didn't. But Kyle Lowry is still playing. I mean, I just feel them that they're going to get within distance, and then they'll just pull away right at the end. All right. Oh, damn it. I forgot to take my Magic Gary Harris points. Harris has 17
I'm pretty sure
already.
the Colts still have a chance to win their division. Jump shot.
Yeah, the Colts are definitely
Yeah,
live.
the Colts are still in it.
It's going to depend on the Sunday night game. It's going to be huge. They're a game off the Titans. That's all they are. So the Titans are 9-5. The Colts are 8-6. Colts have a big game on Sunday. Titans are down 7 already in this game. 1 loss and a Colts win, and then you're tied again. So, yep. All right, there's a minute and 30 left for UCF. They tried trickeration on the kickoff return, and it works. The fake reverse works. They get out to the 37-yard line. Good return. The Florida guys decide not to try to tackle. That's the way to play kickoff return. They're all standing on the outside of them. Nobody's really going after them.
Well, nobody's covering for the San Francisco 49ers either.
Yeah, it's a question how healthy is Foreman here. He went out at the end of last week. That was my only question on your 13 carries. This is not going to work. Did they actually throw it to him? What a dumb play! I thought Tannehill was throwing that into the ground. I thought he looked up, he saw 3 49ers, and I thought he was throwing it to the ground. Instead, he actually threw it to him. That was like, here, I'm going to give this to you. You're going to get pounded.
I'm going against Samuel. Fuck.
As soon as you touch this ball, you're going to get lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh. He got lit up twice. He got chipped and he got hit by Bosa.
Yeah, so Dante Foreman's got to feel really good right now going into this game. And it's third and 10 for UCF.
I was looking for the sack prop, but I did not see one.
Yeah, I don't get the one anymore. Maybe that'll change with the new year. Who knows?
It's like it's a freaking trap. Like I feel like almost every time I bet it either goes over. Like if I bet it over, it goes over by it goes over before halftime, or they get like one sack the whole game. Like there's no like middle ground. I feel like the books probably get crushed on that prop.
Yeah. Yeah, the Raiders are one of those teams at Gerardo that you never know what you're going to get, but they show up enough times that they look up, and because they're 6 and 8, they're still in the hunt for some reason. What? No. The camera's not on. And Florida sacks UCF, so that might just end this drive. Florida might get the ball back.
Yet?
No, there's a minute left. UCF thought they were going to go down the field and get a drive going. They tried a quarterback draw. He steps up. The outside defensive end was looping around, and as soon as the quarterback took one step forward, it was hello. Gerardo says Tennessee scored.
No, I think he's talking about Miami's record.
Okay.
Oh, 7-7. Yeah, Miami's 7-7, but that's not the Raiders. The Raiders can't be 7-7, are they?
I think you're going to need 10 wins to get in the playoffs in the AFC.
Yeah, that's the magic number. That's what they talk about with the Ravens. Had they just not gone for it in each time and took a couple ties, they would have.
So the thing about that, I actually agree with them going for it on the road. I don't agree with them going for it at home. I think it's a situational thing. I think at home you play for overtime. On the road,
yeah.
On the road you go for the win. So I mean, going for it, I can't believe you went for it a second time after you already did that once and didn't get it earlier in the season.
Well, everybody looks at it and goes, "Hey, well, if they would have hit the field goal at the beginning of the game, they got good field position and scored the next series. So you have to take the touchdown off the board that they scored if they would have hit the field goal, because most likely they weren't getting great field position the next drive. Right. So, I mean, the whole game changes. When people say, oh, because they could have got the field goal in the beginning and then they came back. As long as they came back on the drive and still had a positive plus minus.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. It's a direct correlation.
Direct correlation.
Yes. That other touchdown probably doesn't happen. Debo, by the way, already has 33 yards receiving.
That's not good. I'm going against Debo. I just figured that out.
Well, they're giving him a 71.5.
He's got 6
All
points
right,
and he didn't even
so
score the touchdown. Wow.
It's a good thing I
Florida's
took Foreman carries and not Foreman yards, considering Tannehill wants to hand it to him in the backfield as he's being tackled. Fucking 3 dudes on top of him, and he just sticks the ball in his belly and is like, "Here,
Here, take this.
you take it."
Get her done.
Yeah.
So UCF just got called for a 15-yard personal foul penalty on a 3-yard pass in the last minute of the game. So for those of you who wanted to know, the first half cover for Florida was -3.5. They're up 1. But that's going to put them in UCF territory, I believe. They've already missed 1 field goal. So Gus Malzahn wants to know, okay, it puts them at the Florida 49. So pretty much UCF territory.
Right.
All right, the Pistons are beating the Heat only by 6 at halftime. Our boy Sadiq Bey's got 11 points. 76ers are down to the Hawks by 4. I think both of those teams, by the way, win. What are we getting live? -1.5. I think they realize both of those teams win. Emory Jones back to pass. Can he get sacked? No, he's going to throw it 42 yards over the guy's head. By the way, we lost the first half of the Pistons miserably. MT, we had 116 points in the Pistons Heat first half, unfortunately. And the Pistons tend to do this. They tend to score a lot of points in the first half sometimes, and then they just collapse in the second half. Florida's going to run the ball to the 46-yard line with 46 seconds. Why? Who knows? They tried to catch him off guard. Emory's going deep for no reason, and it's dropped. I mean, the fact, they were talking about this before on the radio. He gets 3rd and 5, and he wants to throw the ball 30 yards down the field into a small, tight window. When you had a guy open, good enough to move the sticks. But he does it all the time. We got Memphis versus Hawaii tomorrow.
Yeah, Rainbow Warriors on the island.
Is it at Hawaii?
It is. And they're getting 10.
Getting 9.5.
Oh, it's 10 on Bovada.
9.5 right in front of me.
Well, I guess I got my jersey book done.
Yeah.
Well, I took the 10.
Oh, there's one for Wilson. Let's go. One more.
You're missing Austin, which is huge for Memphis. But I still think they figure out a way to make it work. All right, the Knicks are up 7.5.
Kemba Walker's having a game.
Yeah, I'm shocked they're giving you a second half of 100. Because the Wizards are a better second half scoring team than they are in there.
Are there any games that were canceled tonight, or am I tripping?
I'm going to take the second half Wizards over 100. That's going to be kind of my edge for the Knicks. So Florida wins the half 10-9. Yeah, that's really what you want to know. Look at Kyle Juszczyk. Kyle
Aaron Gordon's
Juszczyk.
out, right?
You took Wilson receptions. Jeff Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah. He gave it. I took it. Had D not given, I probably wouldn't have took it. Yeah, the under looks pretty good in UCF Florida. I mean, both these teams look like they're doing their best not to try to win.
Somebody had asked in the chat earlier about if Baker had cleared COVID yet. Apparently, he's not actually eligible to come off until tomorrow.
Kittle down to the 10.
Regardless of testing.
San Francisco going to run away with this?
Kind of looks like it. Tennessee, I don't know. Tennessee is a weird team. Like,
But Tennessee's a weird team when they showed they can stop people. In those games that their defense played better than people expected.
they win games. They win games that you wouldn't think they have any business winning, and they win them convincingly. And then they lose games against teams or keep other teams in games that shouldn't be in them. Like the game against the Steelers last week. There's no way the Steelers should have won that game. Tennessee was dominating that game. They dominated yards, possession, everything. And then for whatever reason, they decided to start throwing the ball even though they were gashing them on the ground the entire game. So, and then they turned the ball over. And
yeah, one guy said they won by stupidity.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way Tennessee should have lost that game.
He's got him wide open, and he said he throws a pickle.
Nice.
He tried to force feed it into Kittle. Big play
Garoppolo
by
threw
Tennessee.
one.
Yep.
Oh man, Garoppolo's interception prop was like -105. I almost took it, and I'm like, you know what? Garoppolo never throws interceptions.
Oh, he forced that one for sure.
That was a bad decision. That's just.
Man, he's got over 100 yards passing already.
Crazy.
Over 100 yards passing, and I think the interception was his first incompletion. 8 for 8 is what it's showing right now.
Right. Yeah, that's correct.
Put the
And
Christmas
he's spreading
Day
the ball around too. It's not like he's just going to one person.
Right.
Who put the Christmas Day bowl game as Ball State versus Georgia State?
I mean, what team wants to play on Christmas?
Wake Forest and Texas A&M.
Was there a game that was canceled?
No,
Or
Texas
one of
A&M.
one of the teams backed out or something?
Well, they didn't back out. Texas A&M went out because of COVID.
Okay.
So Wake is now going to get to throttle Rutgers by 30 points.
Let me ask you this. How crazy is it? I mean, maybe it's just me, but how crazy is it that the College Football Playoff Committee is saying that basically if one of the teams in the College Football Playoff end up not being able to play because of COVID, they're going to forfeit, and effectively the other team's going to get a pass and either go on to the championship, or if it happens in the championship and they can't play, the other team is going to be awarded the championship without a game. How crazy is that?
That's
Well,
messed up.
I think what they're doing is they're making rules, and that's what they have to sit there and say. Because if you have a team like Texas A&M, where you had a COVID thing and you lost 28 guys and they couldn't field a team, then what they were doing, they're setting ground rules so it doesn't look like they made it up on the fly to get whatever matchup they want. So they're
Well,
setting the rules now so you know what they are before the game. You've got 2 weeks to put your team in a bubble.
The problem is, the issue is they're setting rules because they think that these teams and these kids and these schools can control this. They can't. Nobody can control it. It's obvious. It's obvious that nobody can control it. So what's going to happen is they're setting themselves up for an issue. They're setting themselves up to make a decision whether or not they stick with these rules that they've now made.
No, college has 85 kids. You should have a way to be able to have it. Colleges were a little bit ahead of the NFL rooms because if you remember, we talked about this last year. It was we're not having kids. What they used to have, all the position players were all in the same room. All the position players grouped together there. They didn't. They started putting one on each floor. So you had a quarterback. So your linebacker's not playing quarterback. You have ways where you can distinguish this a lot more than what you do in the NFL. You also do control these kids. These kids aren't going home like you are in the NFL, and they're going to the grocery store or they're going to the movies or the club.
Yeah,
or the
but
bar.
they're in the dorms, and they're they got visitors. They got visitors visiting their dorms, and I think it's the intermingling. Everybody's intermingling, and I don't think there's a way they can control it. And I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up putting themselves into a spot because Alabama's already there. Alabama's already got an uncontrollable issue right now. So they're the team that's got the problem.
But technically right now is not an issue if it's now. To me, I was actually joking. My one thought was, and this was my joke with the Chiefs, you take everybody, you do a big old party with Tyreek Hill and Kelsey and all of them because you basically say, we'll lose this game. We'll forfeit this game.
Say.
But that means every single guy is available for the rest of the year. And
That's
they're
what I'm saying, because they can't test them again.
The only issue you would have is
if somebody gets sick.
If someone went to the worst, the lawsuit would be immeasurable.
If somebody gets sick,
someone would own the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it would be it would be just absolutely crazy.
That was the thing that was frustrating with the Browns was all these guys tested positive. None of them actually had any symptoms. I didn't hear of one guy that was actually sick.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean, your wife is dealing with it. I mean, but she's dealing with the people in the hospital that are all sick. So it's hard to sit there and tell a nurse and go, "Oh, people aren't getting sick." And she's like, "I see people sick every day." What do you mean?
Yeah.
So all the hospitals are filled up, and they're because it is the elderly. It was kind of
the new variant is more supposedly more contagious, but not as deadly, symptomatic. It's weaker.
The jury's out on that because the jury is it more or less deadly because everybody's vaccinated? Because the non-vaccinated don't seem to see that it's hurting because they're going to the hospital. So the jury's still out whether it truly is less deadly. And maybe it's less deadly for a particular age group. We could talk about COVID for an hour and everybody would leave the show in 10 minutes.
I might leave if we talk about COVID for an hour.
I could sit there. It's just,
Um,
I mean, it is kind of crazy. You sit there and look, but like, it's the worst thing that can happen to your team. And right now, if you're a playoff team, it's the best thing that can happen to your team.
well, I mean, I see it as they're putting in place rules, which they're fine. Like it's fine. You're adapting or whatever. It's strange. It's weird. It's strange times. Nobody. It's not like there's a precedent for any of this stuff. So they're putting in rules as they as they go here. But I feel like they could be backing themselves into a corner by saying that a team's going to have to forfeit if they can't. Which, I mean,
I mean,
say
to me,
say,
I
say
looked
Bryce
at
Young,
a $5
say
bet
Bryce
on
Young tests
Cincinnati versus
positive.
Michigan.
Yeah. Well, say Bryce Young tests positive for COVID or whatever, and he's out. But okay.
Cincinnati versus Michigan is plus 4,200, by the way. So that's why I put $5 on it.
Cincinnati. Wait, what?
You could bet right now on what you think of there. So I have Michigan beating Cincinnati for plus 4,200.
Oh, in the championship.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Ken? Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Ken.
there's Jeff Wilson. Cash it. D's the man.
Nice, D.
Jeff Wilson cashes. First down.
Good
Let's
call.
go.
Let's go. Good call.
Yeah, I don't know. I realize they don't want to push this. They don't want to push these college football playoff games into the middle of January or the end of January. You're running into the NFL championship week or coming up on the Super Bowl or whatever. But it's like
I actually
I
applaud
don't
them for sticking it out and sticking the rules so you know what the rules are. Everybody
I,
right
I
now
just
knows the
I
rules.
don't
You got 2 weeks.
but I don't see. Yeah, you have 2 weeks, but I mean, like you're at the very like if anybody were to I mean, you've got like 3 or 4 days here where if anybody were to test positive at this point, then they're well, I mean, the games are what in a week. The first round isn't the first round on the 31st or something.
On Friday, right?
I thought it was before the New Year's games, the first games, and then the championship is usually like the seventh, sixth, seventh, eighth, something like that.
Is that yeah? It's Friday, December 31st.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
tradition.
So right. Okay. So you're a week. So you're
Going
8
deep,
days.
wide
8 days
open.
from today.
And
8 days from today.
he misses Kyle Juszczyk, and he's standing by himself. This is
Of course,
almost
I
as
don't
bad
know.
as the kid on
I
the 2-point
wonder.
conversion last night.
I don't know if the teams are still following their own regulate because we haven't really dealt with that much this year with college. I mean, we haven't. I'm sure they've dealt with it, but we haven't really heard a ton about it. But I know last year every conference was doing their own, and it was like the Big Ten had stricter regulations than the SEC, but then when Ohio State had issues last year, they loosened shit up and everybody was crying foul or whatever because Ohio State was getting special treatment, which they were, and that's just tough shit. So, but that's, I mean, when your when
All
your
right, so
best team when your best team has issues, you make exceptions.
Jeff Wilson with another catch, just in case.
Yeah, crush that dude.
Crushed in the
Sure.
first half.
Yeah.
Wish I put more on it.
Is this one of those games where San Fran's gonna jump up big and then Tennessee's gonna come back?
I don't think they jump up
Tennessee,
big. I think they're gonna get 3 here.
I don't know. I don't know if Tennessee is.
It's 4th
They
and
look
1
like
again.
they look like dog shit so far.
They do too, but if they can hold them to 7 and it's still in this, I mean, it's anybody's game. It's 4th
Sure.
and 1.
Well,
This one up,
you know,
Garoppolo. And the Wizards
you
take
have
the
to
lead. Way to
you
go,
have
Knicks.
to remember that I'm significantly behind you guys because this is on NFL Network.
Yep. All right, so Garoppolo, he actually does run the ball. And he throws it to Deebo Samuel. First down. Garoppolo, they actually were running a bootleg for him. And they gave him the option to make the throw. It's a good play, but Deebo. All right,
Yeah,
the Knicks
kind
have
of
ended
good
the
here,
third.
man.
The Knicks have scored 2 points. The Wizards have scored 12. The Wizards are up 3. The Pistons are still leading a slight lead on the Magic. Here comes Jeff Wilson. This is not going anywhere. So that's the one thing. I mean, they're moving the ball, but they're moving the ball on the ground. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, Jeff Wilson's not getting 100 yards here. Well, that's not good. Ken, who died during warm-up today? And what game? Who played today?
What happened?
Well, you're getting all these soccer players are starting to come out with all these heart issues since COVID. We don't know if COVID's the cause of them or some of the issues, but yeah, you've had a couple players retire, heart complications, and then today we had a guy die apparently during warmups.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
See, I mean, that's the kind of thing we talked about. What would the NFL do? I mean, to me, I think you'd have a mass exodus. I think you'd have a bunch of people go, nope.
Yeah.
I've got my millions. I'm going to find my island.
Another one by Wilson.
Yeah, he's got 3 already.
That's 4.
I've got him 3 because right now it's allowing me to get over 3.5.
I'll take it.
It's at minus 190. Here
Oh,
comes
hell
Jimmy
no.
G running out of the pocket. And there's a flag on the play, so everything goes to crap. Just like the Knicks, who are managed to have scored 3 points in the third quarter. Come on. 4 points in the third quarter. And here come the Heat. And there go the Pistons.
And here come the Sixers.
The Heat and the Sixers, I don't have any issue thinking they're going to win the game. Knicks, not so much. I kind of thought this would be a part to exercise the demons. Penalties on the 49ers. And the Knicks are down 1. Here we go. Let's go. The Mavs are up 8 early. Sadiq's got 14. He needs 3 more points in a quarter and 7 minutes. And the Sixers tie it up. I almost was going to tell you guys take the Heat minus 2.5. But now it's jumped to 4.5. So a bunch of people were thinking the same thing. All right, so since we talked about 10 minutes of COVID.
Okay.
Oh, is that the South African game? Does that happen for Malamudi Sundowns? Because I saw one of the guys' starters got pulled, and I guess he got pulled because he died. It's 3rd and 26. Deebo Samuel does not get the first down, but he does get plastered. But he does get him back in field goal range. So, I mean, if you're in Tennessee, you got to be absolutely thankful if you're down 10-0.
Yeah.
Here comes Robbie Gold. Who's Gold? Yeah, I put the one thing in there. Somebody asked about Trey Lance. I'll give the same recognition for Trey Lance as what I hear from their insiders. Trey Lance is a year away from being a year away. What you basically started to realize when you went back and you looked at some of the interviews, like if you watch some of the interviews with Garoppolo, it's kind of funny. He's kind of smirking when asked about how Trey Lance is coming. Like, how's he feel about the competition? It's like, oh, kid's coming around, and like you saw Twitter go nuts because he threw a 50-yard pass after rolling out on the right, and then threw one in the air, and it went 50 yards and was caught for a touchdown. But apparently, him understanding playbook, plays, defense, what they do is so far away, which is why you haven't seen Trey Lance inside the 20 like you saw in the beginning of the year. To say, oh, we're going to run Trey Lance here to give you another guy to look for, because I would love a book to put up there. Who plays their first season longer, Jordan Love or Trey Lance? Which one gets to be a starting quarterback for more than one game? Not due
That's
to
if
injury.
Roger leaves.
Or you put out the prop, Trey Lance or Jordan Love. Which one starts for another team other than the team they're on? Because if you're the Packers, you've seen what Jordan Love can do in one game. Now, granted, he could get a lot better. He's going to need to.
I
But
think that was the book on Trey Lance coming out of college, though, wasn't it? He was quite possibly the best quarterback or had the highest ceiling in the class, but he was also the rawest.
yes, yeah. Well, I only played one game the year before
Right.
due to COVID. Then he played, for all intents and purposes, you could say inferior competition. Come on, Knicks. You got to score some points. Play some defense. Corey Kispert is leading the Wizards with 18 points.
Who?
Kid from
Corey
Gonzaga.
Kispert, out of Gonzaga, small forward, white guy, really immobile. Not a lot of moves. Can't create his own
You ain't
shot.
get my tail today, Fox.
White guy.
Anyways, I got this for my birthday. It's an ornament.
Oh, nice.
Little Travis
Is
Kelsey.
that Kelsey?
Yep.
Oh,
Best tight end ever to step on the field.
Is your
Got a problem, guys?
little ornament test positive too?
He turns red when he turns on.
Yeah. Every time he turns the
Sorry,
lights
Ed.
on, he turns red. No.
I might buy my first NFT. My son asked for an NFT as a possible Christmas gift. Well, he gave us no other things to buy. So then we kind of asked him, would you accept this? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I've been playing around looking at OpenSea and how to do that. I actually have spent enough time with this that I feel like I can make 100 NFTs every week.
I have no I understand, I know what an NFT is, but I have zero interest in any of that stuff.
Well, Ken, the one thing you look at the Mac Jones thing, I mean, everyone looks like, oh, this NFT is sold. Yeah, the ones that are selling are the ones that like an artist did or Steph Curry put out, or because then they're just like tradable like souvenirs. The other one, I mean, everyone's like, oh, that one sold for. I bought this for 500 and I sold it for 10 grand. Yeah, show me that. Show me the real 10 grand. There are other factors like we had a big thing about it that NFTs are being used as the primary form of money laundering. So you sometimes see huge, outrageous prices, but all that is just a money laundering transaction where then everybody else buys to get on this platform or network essentially. And they're spending their 10, $20, but there's thousands of NFTs that are selling for less than $1.
Yeah.
Millions there. So I mean, I saw one guy was like, "Oh, I make all this." I said, "I looked through your account. You bought one. Somebody sold you this at $600. You put it on sale. No one bought it at the higher price that you want. Now it's 2 months later, and you're trying to unload it at 150. Don't tell me you're always making money on your NFTs." But if you're the creator, it costs you like $20 to make them, and as long you make 1,000 of them, and as long as you get $1 a piece, look, you made your money. That's where I think the money is at. AJ Brown with another catch, 3rd and short. Oh, let's see how the Florida's doing. Totally forgot.
They just missed the field goal. UCF.
Okay. That's going to give Florida a nice field position. Let's hope we capitalized. Can't believe I'm using the word "we" and Florida in the same sentence.
MD
So
with the
what
three.
what do you feel the stuff I put up there about what Texas is doing?
Me?
Yeah. Well, you
What's
and Rich.
What's going on with Texas? I don't think I saw that.
So the University of Texas is like this is what my joke was. It only took 1 year for somebody basically to corrupt the NIL process. The University of Texas. So there's an article I posted. I might just pin it in the college football chat. That they are creating these charitable foundations. To I don't think it'll let me do it. I almost have to put like a dash. Yeah, because anytime there it goes. So they're putting these charitable foundations. They kind of nicknamed it the Pancake House. It's strictly a foundation designed to give Texas offensive linemen NIL deals of $50,000 annually.
Damn.
So its initiative dubbed the Pancake Factory was announced at a press
okay.
conference of the
All right, I
5-1
get
CC.
that.
So,
Huh.
which basically, like, let's not even disguise that really these NIL deals are really just boosters sending money to NILs. They're not even decided. Apparently, this is their second NIL initiative. The first NIL initiative was called Burnt Ends.
Oof. Man, I love me some burn ends.
Do you know what Burnt Ends was?
I mean, I know what barbecue brisket burn ends are.
Burnt Ends was a initiative that basically in order to get Texas tight ends $40,000 a year.
Okay. Well, I mean, I get it. I understand because they were making a point last year when these quarterbacks or the skill position guys were getting these deals, these enormous deals or whatever, and you've got the linemen or you've got the guys who are actually blocking for them that are protecting them and making them into the players that making them able to be able to make the plays that they do, and they weren't getting anything. So I
Yeah,
get it.
well, that's where Derek King came out and had some NIL deals, and then he worked in some other NIL deals. He said, "This is for the team because I don't do this without the team. So my NIL deal here is going to be strictly split between the team." So And then he encouraged other guys to create team deals, and then Miami actually created 20 NAL team deals, so everybody got a piece of the pie. I will say, aren't you guys glad you're on the under in the teaser?
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird the way things are going right now. I mean, I understand they're, it's kind of a work in progress right now. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to get to a point, or if they're going to get to a point where they're just going to be paying they'll just be paying the players, salary based on whatever experience, position. I don't know. I feel like it might get to that at some point.
But it can't get to the university.
You don't
Kemba
think
Walker has
they're
39 points. Wow.
No, because you'll have major. No, it's 100% supposed to not involve anything to do with the college itself. And then second is it cannot be a recruiting tool that's going through. Now, the way they're getting around of it not being a recruiting tool is they're making such a big deal to advertise every big NIL deal they have, so recruits can see it.
sure.
More than it's a recruiting tool to come there. And to me, this foundation is a recruiting tool. There's no doubt about it. You're telling me if you come play offensive line in Texas, you're going to make $50,000. You come play tight end in Texas, you're going to make $50,000. I mean, there's 100% that there. And Alabama's already done the same thing in different foundations. I mean, it's all a bunch of crock shit. But it can't, because you got to remember, a lot of these colleges still get state money. University of Alabama still gets state money. It pays the university football coach. When you start taking that money and start paying players with state taxes, that's an issue. That becomes a massive issue for a lot of people. It's one thing to pay a head coach. It's another thing to turn around and pay every single kid on the team.
I think what you're going to see is, and I when this first started, I think we talked about this, but you're going to see the gap get wider between the top, 10, 15 schools and the rest of college football.
And you're going to see
the gap is just going to widen.
You're going to see a 5-star kid that signed as a freshman. And you said, "Oh, we're going to get back and we're going to be better." By the time he's a junior, he's going to be in the transfer portal, moving out already, and be a solid player and just turn around and go to school. Like Jamison Williams, 5-star wide receiver, is coming through. He couldn't play at Ohio State because you had 3 other guys in front of him. Now, granted, he would probably have been the 3rd guy over GB or whatever, but he didn't want that. Where's a good program that's going to make me play and I can play right away? That's the only thing that guys have a chance with the transfer portal. Let's go through it. I mean, you look at how many new starting quarterbacks are going to be in college football. Not new to the game, new to the team.
Well, the two guys,
one kid.
The 2 guys behind Stroud, that Jack Jack Miller, the other kid that was behind Stroud is transferred out now too.
So Urs is transferred to Texas, which I don't understand. You have Hudson Card, who was a 5-star. Yeah, you have Hudson Card, who was a 5-star kid there last year, struggled, but still played. You have Matthews, who was a 4-star, who took over that job. Now you're just going to turn and put yourself in there. I mean, I'm transferring where I can play.
Well, the thing is that he's transferring from Ohio State, which he knows he doesn't. That job's not up for grabs, right? That job is Stroud's job as long as he's there. And then he's transferring to a school. He's transferring to Texas, where, like you said, they had their starter struggled this year. That job's going to be open. So you go in, and he's going to go in, and he's going to try and compete for that job. And if he wins it, then he wins it. If he doesn't, he's going to sit another year and transfer again, probably. Or maybe he gets in at some point during the year.
You only get one free transfer.
Oh, is that how it works?
Then you go to the old transfer rules where you'd have to sit out a year.
You got to sit a year. Yeah.
He's not going to sit a year. To me, if he went to Texas because he's going to get another big chunk of NIL money besides the NIL money they got at Ohio State. That's the reason he went to Texas.
He's only 17. He's only
Well, now
17. He's not. I mean, when he came in, he graduated early. He wasn't supposed to graduate. I don't think he was supposed to graduate until.
Yeah, he went to Ohio State. They gave him a scholarship and he did it because the state of Texas does not allow high school NIL deals. Okay, so this is the reason he left. So he found a school. You guys were essentially the guinea pig that he could go in there. He could start his college. He didn't play in 6 games, so his year really doesn't even count. UCF just scored, beating Florida. They're excited in Tampa. I mean, it was funny. My dad was reading me the stuff in the papers like UCF is going to be stoked and really big in this game. It was like huge rival. I was like, yeah, because the Gators could give a damn.
What's the score?
16. Well, it's 15-10. They're probably going to go for 2. No, they're going to kick it. Don't know why you wouldn't go for 2 here. You're up 5. I know we talk about chasing points, but this would be a point where I would try to get up a touchdown. If not, they're up 16-10. Once again, pretty much whatever I say in college right now, just go the opposite. Just not seeing it. But I said this was my issue. So it was 7.
Somebody tweet. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but
no, you're fine. But, I mean, to me, Ewers should have went to Texas A&M if he wanted to compete. Their quarterbacks suck, and he transferred.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe he just really liked Texas.
It's all about money.
He was originally committed. He was originally committed to Texas. Which
is interesting. You get Hudson Card too. But all right, let's go back to the game. We've talked 100 times about. So Florida got a 50-yard penalty. He's been tossed out. Yeah, so Florida just lost their starting linebacker, leads the team in tackles.
Mm-hmm. What can we get on UCF Live? Well, they're already winning, aren't they?
Yeah, -1.5. No. Who's the... So Ian Bowser was the one guy they were getting back tonight. And Bowser's actually had a pretty good game. So the 76ers look like they're going to lose. Yep, just to continue my night. Yes.
You got any plays on the college games coming up? College football next couple days?
Oh, we'll talk about it. I mean, we got Memphis tomorrow and Hawaii. We talked about that already. Saturday, we got Ball State and Georgia State. If Ball State was playing anybody else, I'd pick the over. Just not really sure. I don't really know this Georgia State team that well, so that would be the issue. I'd rather go with the 2 football games. We get the Browns and Packers, Colts and Cardinals. No offense. I like the Packers here, but not at 7.5. And then Saturday, we got the Colts and Cardinals.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, Rich, what's the scoop on your team, man?
I don't know. I mean, they've only announced a couple guys back. So as of right now, I think they still have about 20 guys on the list. So
Are you guys not vaccinated or what?
I don't. I mean, I don't think any of them have. I don't think any of them are testing negative. They're still testing positive or something. Something's going on. But um, they're saying we should know tomorrow. I think they're going to get a bunch of guys off tomorrow. So I mean, I guess if you want, God, it is a good thing I didn't take Foreman's yards. He's got about 8 1-yard carries. He's got about 8 carries for 1 yard. every time I look up, I see him getting smashed right into the pile.
I like the under on that.
The under on which?
Foreman.
Yards under?
Yeah, I did. I just didn't think he was. I didn't think he was healthy enough. I didn't think he was going to play that long. I forgot. It's like the first quarter over. He didn't score. Florida didn't score. Yeah, it's just not looking like a good week.
I mean, as far as the Browns go, they should get the majority of these guys back. I know we did have a couple guys go on after the game on Monday, so they're obviously not going to be there. Garrett also strained his groin in the game on Monday. He's supposedly going to play. I don't know how limited he's going to be. If they get Clowney back on the other side, that would be a boost. Tack McKinley towards Achilles, so he's out. That's kind of pretty big loss in the middle there. So yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow we should know about who's going to be in on Saturday. We should get a decent idea. I don't think we're going to have to wait until Saturday. But
yeah, I know that we won't have a kicker. But kicker is not vaccinated, so we have Elliott Fry. I have no clue who that guy is.
Somebody they just signed.
No, he actually has been on our practice squad the whole year, and yeah. So I don't know, man. With Kelsey and Tyreek, we're just waiting for them to test negative. I know they're both vaccinated, so
it's going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen.
Big play by Tennessee to the 1.
They won't be able to test. They won't be able to test negative before the game on Sunday. It sucks, but
you already know how it is.
I'd be very surprised.
All right,
they pushed all these games.
Oh, please don't tell me he scored.
Good deal. They pushed all these. They pushed all these games. Last week, the 3 games they pushed to Monday and Tuesday, and there was I don't think anybody cleared that was out. So
we got Chris Jones back finally. That was he tested positive Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yep.
So
Joel Embiid misses a shot at the end. Sixers actually don't even cover.
Wow.
They lose to a Hawks team that
doesn't have nobody but Bojan Danovich, whatever his name is.
Well, they had Cam Reddish, and Reddish once again had a big game.
Isn't Trae Young out?
Yep, Young's out. Bogdanovich at 15, Cam Reddish at 18, John Collins at 17, Agoguangwu at 13, and Mays at 14. The problem is the 76ers Embiid at 23, and Harris at 16, and that was it. Maxey had 17. There's something physically wrong with that team. That team just can't win games they should win. And the Heat are up by 3. And Sadiq Bey cashed.
Nice.
Tannehill goes downfield. He's got it, and it's tipped away. And the Knicks are down 4, despite playing probably some of the worst basketball you could see. Plus, they also had 55 points somehow scored in that third quarter. So let's see if they can at least Give me some kind of hope. And the Hornets are beating the Nuggets. Not shocking. Big play by Florida. We're down to the red zone. But there's a flag on the field. All right. If we look at the games this weekend, oh, cool. The flag's in UCF. Christmas Day games. You got Atlanta, New York, Boston, Milwaukee, Golden State, Phoenix. That Golden State Phoenix game is going to be really, really good.
You know who I'm on.
I'd take Phoenix.
Might as well just
I
bet
don't
me.
even know what the don't even know what the line is, but I would take Phoenix. Brooklyn, the Lakers, I would take Brooklyn. Dallas, Utah, I'd take Utah.
Brooklyn got Harden back, right?
He hasn't played lately.
Well, no,
But
he
he
was on protocols, but he got cleared today. So
Yeah, that might be a positive or a negative. Sunday's games: Detroit, Atlanta.
under.
I don't know. Detroit's played well the last couple of games, and it's not like Atlanta's going to have an issue with putting up points. I mean, it's 13-31. I mean, the under, because it's so small, is 43. I almost think over. What's your thought, Rich?
Lions and Falcons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go
Oh,
over.
my.
I mean,
43.
the Lions have been playing well. They're a weird team because they were losing so many games close. Like it seemed like maybe, you know, at some point they were gonna put it together, and I don't know, maybe they have.
Yeah, 29-27, 14-16, 10-13, 16-16. They had a nice stretch of 4 weeks in a row. They only won one of those games. They tied one, obviously. Then they got shelled by the Broncos. Then they came out and they just beat the Cardinals up.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
There's something. The Cardinals have some issue playing in Detroit because that's like 2 or 3 times that they've played the Lions in the last probably 5 years, 5 or 6 years, and they've either lost or tied.
Goff is out.
Goff's out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Who
maybe
the fuck
the
is
under.
the
I didn't know
quarterback?
Goff was out. It's probably going to be David Blau or Tim Boyle.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, well, dude, betting the NFL right now is like a minefield. Like,
Yeah,
there
I
were
wouldn't
0
even
games that I
fucking
wanted to bet
trust it.
last week.
Well,
There were 0
gonna
games on that card I wanted to bet last week.
yeah, I'm going to have to.
What's the next game?
Can't believe I should have took the Hawks with the plus on my hedge. Instead, I took the Philly twice. Tampa
Yeah,
Bay,
I feel like this
Carolina.
has been the
Over.
longest, like, 4 minutes in this San Fran, Tennessee game.
Well, Florida has looked at the same play for about a minute and a half now. They finally now ruled him out 2 yards short, and he comes back, and they get the first down anyway. So,
What's the next game?
Bucks versus the Carolina Panthers. But here's what you got to know. All right.
Who's playing for Tampa?
As of now, the wide receiver core, Evans is hurt. Browns might play. He's wide open, and he missed him. They run the trickeration. He's wide open, and he just missed him.
Yeah, I heard AB was supposed to be back.
Darden's out. Justin Watson's out, and Godwin obviously is out. So you might have Brown, Tyler Johnson, and Scotty Miller.
Well, we saw how well that worked last week. I mean, obviously no AB, but
The only thing is Carolina's piss poor. I'm not taking them with 10.
Yeah.
And see, I almost want to take Carolina
the
plus
line
10.
is
Just 'cause-
10.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, AB over in yards. AB, I mean, him and Gronkowski's got to be huge. Big run up the middle. Florida to the 1. Touchdown, Gators. Jump, jump. This is where our under comes to die because we guaranteed we had a great first quarter, but of course, just to continue with my week. Chomp, chomp,
Yeah.
Gator touchdown. That's 13 points in the third quarter, and there's still 8 minutes left.
Yeah, Jump Shot says Swift and Williams are both back for Detroit. I want absolutely zero to do with that game if Goff is out. Oh.
My favorite game, Baltimore, Cincinnati, over 45. That's my play.
No. I don't think Lamar's going to play, which doesn't seem to be an issue. I don't know. I guess we're going to see.
If you recall the first game I said Huntley, I said I like Huntley. Huntley can throw the ball. They may move the ball better with Huntley because Huntley takes off when it's the right time. It's not design quarterback runs. You still can, but he gets their weapons more involved because he's a better passer.
I've kind of been, I've kind of been saying that from what I've seen of Huntley is the offense seems to move significantly better with him and more consistently with him under center. Obviously, it's only been a couple games. As there's more tape out on these guys, a lot of times teams make adjustments, find tendencies, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess we're going to see if that's the case. But I don't know. I mean, the Ravens offense looks better. I mean, it had been a month or 5 weeks since they had scored 20 points or more with Lamar, and then now I think they've done it 2 weeks in a row now with Huntley. So I don't know.
I like
he
the
only
over.
played a half. He only played a half in that Browns game.
Yeah, I think both teams get in the 20s. You shouldn't have any issue getting this. So
Okay, yeah, I like the over there too.
There's a lot in this game. So yep. Chargers, Houston. This one is I know it's a big number, but I'm laying it. I'm hoping last week's debacle versus not taking field goals is there. So all right, so it's 10-0 San Francisco at halftime.
Are they in LA or are they in Houston?
In Houston.
I almost think that's better for the Chargers.
Onside kick! Florida kicked it right at UCF, bounces off the guy's legs, and somehow UCF gets it back. I think it was a squib kick. Meant to be. Oh, it hits him in the face. Oh, and 2 Florida guys have the ball and they just can't secure it. They squirt the ball out. So UCF is going to have great field position here. It hit the guy in the face. Oh, that sucks. See what the defense can do here. Gain of 4. We're going to watch this game through. The Rams, Minnesota.
What's the line?
3.5.
Rams?
All right, these refs here are absolutely terrible. They're just calling unsportsmanlike conduct on each team. This is like the 6th unsportsmanlike conduct in this game.
Well, they're both
Well,
being very unsportsmanlike.
that one's deserved, but that is, you're just being a moron. You're standing over them, you're talking, you're taunting them. I mean, you're doing everything possible you can for them to throw the flag. Here comes the flea flicker. He's going deep. He's got a man, and he misses him. Both these teams are missing.
Kind of like the over in that Rams Vikings game, or maybe a Vikings team total over. Let's see. I know we got no Dalvin Cook.
I may just take the Vikings the Rams minus 3.5.
You like the Rams to win the game?
Without Cook, I do.
Okay. I mean, Madison should be there.
Yeah, but it's not like the Rams can't stop the run. So you have to be really good to kind of move to the sixth best rush defense in the league.
I don't
And
understand.
You only have Jefferson. You got to be kidding me.
Well, Thielen is probably going to be back. He was close to playing last week.
That's a terrible call. They call roughing the passer after Florida stops him on 2 straight downs.
Yeah, Thielen should be back in that game because I think he was close to playing last week.
He didn't do anything. He took one step and he pushed the quarterback to the ground. We may lose this under strictly in this third quarter. We're going to get a 21-point third quarter, maybe 28.
That sucks.
You love college.
I didn't actually. I leaned over. I didn't bet it. I didn't bet it because I haven't really done a whole lot of looking lately.
What's our take here on the second half in this NFL game?
Let me see what kind of line we got. It's been kind of a boring ass first half.
You got San Francisco +1. Kind of shocked that they're getting one.
That's a very weird line.
Yeah.
I mean, I would expect. Well, I don't know. What is Tennessee's? What's the?
I mean, to me, this is where you cover your teaser.
Tannehill has 40 yards passing. They have 23 yards rushing. They have 0 offense, basically.
Tannehill has had 4 straight games where he hasn't beat 212 yards. So,
I mean, San Francisco's not really rushing the ball yet. What's the total?
21.5, which I do like the under. So UCF gets quarterback runs backwards 10 yards and then throw a screen pass over the top. Of the quarterback draw, he's gonna score. Instead, he fumbles and he lands on his head. That was.
I mean, do we think we get some adjustments and our second half looks a little bit different than our first?
When I was on the under, I mean, we talked about 45 being a joke that you could hit it. I'm just playing the number. To me, at 21.5, that's 4 scores. I haven't seen 4 scores in these teams. That would be my thought process. 3rd and 3 for UCF inside the 15-yard line. I mean, that's crap. The line changed. It went down to 21. Yep. Which means people are buying down. Not buying up. I mean, at 21, I think it's there because you're probably going to get a push. But I do think we see a little more scoring than 10 points in the second half. I I wasn't seeing 4 scores.
Right.
Ken has played Tannehill as in why? that's, that's the first question I'd have to ask. Why? All right.
Well, I mean, you were, pregame anyway. I thought we were going to see points in this game. So,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were expecting points. And
Yeah.
I think probably the thought process behind playing Tannehill is, you're gonna have to be, throwing the ball because they're gonna have issues running the ball, which they have, and you've got AJ Brown and Julio Jones both back. So, well, Daniel Jones, I think, is dead. I think Daniel Jones is done for the season.
Yeah. All right. Come on, Knicks. We need you to get to overtime. Down 4. A minute left to go. 3rd and goal for UCF. Gators defense starting to stiffen. If they stop giving away 15-yard penalties, UCF wouldn't move the football. Jump past, almost picked off. Should have been picked off. He tried to run up and do the Tebow thing versus Florida. Jumped up in the air. The linebacker should have caught it. He jumps up, he sees him, and he's just, the linebacker coming across the middle says, thank you very much, but he cannot hold on. 4th and goal. And UCF going to go for a field goal here to go up 2. It's really good for our under, though. As long as Florida doesn't get a 15-yard penalty on the field goal. Again, over the top. I don't think these guys have any clue. That's not good. Washington just hit a 3. Get it down to 4. Last thing you want them to do is hit 3s. Now it's down to 7. Who is it? Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, he's on my fantasy team.
Yep. Nuggets and Hornets are tied. They only did 53 in the first quarter, so their chance of getting 119 and a half in the first half should be slim, except they've blown up in the second quarter for a 22-point first 4 minutes. Oh, the Knicks get an and 1. There they go. Come on. There you go. Old-fashioned 3-point play. A chance to make it a 4-point game. And the Suns are beating the crap out of the Thunder. Burks hits it. It's a 4-point game with 48 seconds left. All right, let's see who the Knicks are going to go foul. Not foul anybody. They're going to give up a 3, and they're going to miss it, and they're going to give up an offensive rebound. The Knicks have fouled twice now, but they're not calling it. I mean, Thibodeau's like there. He's like, he smacked him twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this week's fantasy is not locked. It is 2 weeks. You can make changes. The points count over. You're allowed to change each week. You don't have to play the same guys. No, unfortunately, Dinwiddie's going to the line. That's not good for the Knicks. Mavs are leading at halftime, 43-41. And that's a thrilling game there. Leading scorer for the Bucks is probably Grayson Allen. Nope, Grayson Allen He's coming off the bench tonight. Chris Middleton with 15. DeMarcus Cousins with 11. Yep, DeMarcus Cousins still in the league. Is the game back on yet?
Not yet.
All right, you got 2 minutes for Florida. And they're big 3rd and 4. Can the Gators now down 2?
There's 2 minutes left in the game.
No 3rd quarter.
Oh, jeez.
UCF is offsides, but there's no flag. He thinks there's a flag, but there isn't. He throws it up. I have no idea how this is. It's going to be offensive pass interference, but it should have been defensive offsides, too. So the Gators are doing their best in a 50-yard penalty. They completely missed. The cornerback lines up on the other side of the offensive tackle, and somehow they don't throw a flag for offsides. He's standing on the side of the offensive tackle. Oh, and they hit the quarterback late, too. I'm thinking the refs are definitely in the UCFF bandwagon here.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Florida has more personal foul penalties. The last roughing the passer in Florida was a lot less than what UCF just did there. Emory Jones throws it deep. He's got a man, and he misses him. The receiver ran diagonal, and the pass was thrown straight. He led him up the field. The receiver, for whatever reason, cut off his route and started going diagonally. Oh, what a terrible 3rd and 20. You got a 40-yard bomb where you're past everybody on the field. Yeah. Terrible punt. Well, the next second half over is going to go over easily. The Pistons' second half over is probably going to go over easily. Pistons actually win this week.
Tannehill might knock you out of the playoffs, Sean.
I'm not in the playoffs.
Yeah, neither am I. Yeah, after this week's games and between last week and this week, I don't know if I ever want to play fantasy football ever again.
It has become more of a nightmare.
This was
the pandemic. I mean, I know I set out last year, and I kind of feel like the reason why we set out last year.
Well, we played last year. I played all my league except for this one, and there weren't anywhere near the issues last year as there were this year. And I'm assuming it's because people were a lot more cautious last year, than they are this year, and everybody's kind of going with it or whatever and trying to get back to normal, and it's just getting bad again. Like, it definitely feels like it's worse right now than it was last year.
UCF scores in the next play.
Plus, last year we had in my leagues we had COVID, stuff in place so that we could announce for we could declare. Oh, are you talking losers bracket, Ken? Oh, I'm gonna win that shit. I'm gonna win losers bracket. Don't you worry.
I thought of before it was gone. I was going to say, "Hey, who wants to throw $10 in, and we'll run the loser bracket tournament just so someone wins."
Yeah. I didn't realize it was 2 weeks. I don't even I don't feel right doing it now because I don't. I think I played. I don't know if I played Andrew. I played somebody who didn't set their lineup. I know, and I won by like 50 or 60 points because he had a couple zeros, I think.
Yep.
But
Well, we get 24 points in the third quarter in the Central Florida game. 24. I think every
24 points in the third quarter. Damn.
yeah, every game I basically put more than a unit on. Today I've lost.
That sucks, dude.
When every game looked like it was going to win.
It's been. I mean, for me personally, the last probably 3 weeks or so has been real not great.
Oh, it was
To the
great
point
last
where I'm to the point where I'm very hesitant
Yeah.
to do anything at this point. I don't know if it's me or if it's the fucking if it's the lines or if it's the games or the players or the team. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a time when things just
You're just
don't go
not.
your way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not reading it right. You're just
there are times when I'm, it's like the Matrix, right? You look at the board and it's like you're able to see it. You can see it like the Matrix.
you can see
And
it.
then
That
there are
movie.
other times. Yeah. Then there are other times that are the opposite.
If you haven't seen it yet, it's right where it should be. I mean, is it out in theaters? But there's a reason it's on HBO Max.
Oh, what, the new Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
I mean, it's not only bad; it's confusing as hell. You like trying to figure out what's going on,
Okay.
and
Well,
hey,
does it play off the does it play off the well, yeah, they decided that maybe running and smashing Foreman into the line for a yard, maybe not the best play. And maybe we should try and throw it.
Yeah.
Does it does it continue off the old movies or is it like completely
It
standalone?
does. It completely comes off the old movies. So
Okay.
So Florida goes 3 and out, trying to throw all 3 passes 20 yards down the field.
See, I wasn't a huge fan. Was the third one, Revolutions, where they were in the fucking they were in the they were in like the underground caverns or whatever, they were in the those big mechs. Like I wasn't a huge fan of that whole part of it.
And it was so. It's okay. They try to explain things. They try to re-explain things. Trying to do my best not to give away anything.
Sure.
It's it somewhat makes a little bit of sense, but I think the one thing also watching this thing that stormtroopers have better shooting accuracy than anybody who's actually in the Matrix.
Yeah.
The ones in there's 1,000 bullets, and these are not even guys with Neo, and none of them are hit. At least in the first one, somebody actually got shot several times during the movie. This time, you've got a guy with a Gatling gun in front of him, and apparently he hasn't hit what? No, Ken, if you get HBO Max, all the Time Warner stuff was there. Now, they're stopping that in 2022, but because they really think people are going to go to the movies, just because like Spider-Man did well and 10 Rings did well, and the 6 months in between, then no one really went to the movies.
I mean, even before all this shit happened, I didn't enjoy going to the movies. Like,
I mean, I love.
I don't understand. I don't understand why they did you say you love going to the movies?
I do.
Okay, I mean it's it is for some people. I
I,
just I don't like going and sitting in a theater with you know other people and not being able to get up, pause the movie, get up, for it's and so many movies are so many movies anymore are over 2 hours long. 2 hours is a long fucking time to sit. Like
it
just
is.
to sit for 2 hours.
It is.
And not
I
be able to
enjoy
get
the
up
big
and
screen, and I enjoy the sound. And I mean, I go with all the luxury ones that have like recliners and chairs and
right, sure.
um, that kind of stuff. But there's also a difference of I enjoyed going to the movies because in college that's what you did. Student
Right.
rate $5.75. Joey Bosa is offsides here. Let's see if they actually throw it.
Well, and I think the other thing is that everybody's home everybody's home setups have improved greatly.
Yep.
So you can get a lot closer to a theater experience at home right now than you ever could before.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that part of it as well. I mean, sitting here watching TV at home. I mean, I have speakers and all that stuff, but I didn't even actually hook any of them out for the first 8 years of this house. It's I don't know. I guess as you get older, it's not that big of a deal, but it's there. I also feel like my one thing is the cost. I think has become so astronomical. Like when I was saying, like I grew up going to movies. It wasn't that it was a great deal. We just had student rate was $5.75. There wasn't a
Sure.
movie we missed. It was boom. There you go. Okay, you're in college. Show your student ID. $5.75. And then it got to 8. Then it got to 10. Then you got 3D. Let's throw an extra $3 in here. Let's throw an extra $3. Like 3D to me is that's done.
Yeah,
It's
I
cute.
don't.
It's nice. It's their IMAX. I'll pay for the IMAX and stuff, but that's why like I was in the movie club where I could go see 3 movies a day.
I don't. I don't understand, and I don't know how much. I don't know how much the movies are anymore. The last movie I actually went to, um, was the first. I think I saw the first Avengers when I was traveling, and I was in San Francisco. It was in 3D, or not 3D, but 3D. Maybe it was. I think it was IMAX. IMAX is the one you don't need the glasses, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think it was IMAX, but anyway, it was the original Avengers movie, and I think it was like $20 or $22. But that was in San Francisco, and it was IMAX. So I don't I don't know how much it is to go to the movies here anymore. I'm guessing it's probably like, I don't know, maybe $15. What is it to go? What is it where you're at?
IMAX is 18.
Okay, no, it's
Yeah.
probably about right.
So it's 10-3. So the first score of the game is Tennessee, 3 points. I
Yeah,
can't
Ken,
even get
I just I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe more people. Maybe I feel like more people would be, like me and like to watch it at home. But yeah, the cost is something. If you're taking, I mean, even if you're taking two people, and say you get, maybe just something small, some small snacks or something. You're talking 18 times two, and then probably another, what, $8 or $10 a piece for snacks. So I don't know, talking $50, $50 to go to the movies. That's pretty fucking crazy. But I think they've also had to raise the prices because of how of the people that aren't going. Like, I think they've increased the prices because people aren't going. I think they increased the prices because of how much they have to pay for the theater upgrades and the rights to the films and all that shit.
Well, that's the one thing. The margin, the gross margin of movies is so small that, like, I get in fights where guys are like, AMC to the moon. I was like, AMC is going to restructure everything they do in the next 2 years. You're not going to see 20-seat theaters. You're not going to see everything's going to go down to 8, 10, more small, 50 people theaters. Make it an experience. Have like the one big theater when you need it, and for the big movies, and it's going to be harder to get tickets, but they'll be able to do it, and they'll justify there versus having these giant spaces that they're paying massive amount of rent for, and they're not filling them up during the day like they used to. I mean, you could have gourmet, whatever you want. Right now, people aren't going to the movies. I mean, the one thing AMC is doing great with all the artificial stock price, every time an artificially stock price, they sell out their own stock
Right.
to cut out debt. So, I mean, that's the only thing that kind of kept them afloat. But that's not a great sign that your company's doing well.
Right.
So let's see who's playing for the Suns. Everybody's playing, and they're losing to the Thunder by 3 at halftime. And the Mavericks are beating the Bucks. Of course they are. And the
Did
Titans
you
are
see this
about to score
interception?
tie this game. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
did
say.
you see this interception? I was gonna say I just saw it right now.
No, I've been watching the Central Florida game.
That's what I figured. Well, Titans are right back in it.
Yep, well, that's Garoppolo's second.
Second interception. Yep.
I mean, that's basically the difference of the game is
I
the
think
2
it got-
picks.
I don't know if that ball got tipped or what. No, it didn't get tipped. It just come out of there all fucking weird.
Touchdown. Nope, down to the 2. Jeremy McNichols giving him a little bit of run here.
Do we do deals on Tuesdays or in Canada?
Yeah, they do have discount movie Tuesdays. Yes.
Huh.
Tannehill back to pass.
The
AJ Brown
inflation is
dropped.
crazy right now, but the movies have kind of been, as far as I know, the movies have kind of been pretty expensive for a while. I know they have. There's a handful of those luxury, kind of like luxury movie theaters or whatever, where they have the couches and you can get a meal, or they serve beer and stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind going to one of those just because I think it'd be more like almost like dinner in a movie kind of thing.
So, not to stop you, pause you there. We get to, despite this is why you could always love the Hornets, getting a 53-point first quarter, which means we need 117. We need 117, not 117. We need 67 in the second quarter. The cash over 119 and a half. It gets 64. So the over is still on track for the Hornets Nuggets, as well as we hit that first half under 119 and a half. So finally hit a bet. Of course, didn't have much on that. But yeah. Gators get the ball down 9. It's good for the under in the game.
Oh, so Foreman got that touchdown there.
Yep, it's back to a brand new game, 10-10. because of course I have San Francisco money line, so that just can't happen for me.
So we've got, let's see, what do we got? 8 carries for Foreman. Yeah.
Hornets Nuggets is 112. The Nuggets have a nice lead, which they were losing. The Suns they're giving you an 11. I think that number's a little high. I'm not touching that. Suns minus 11 in the second half. I basically think that the other team just didn't play. Florida's going to get the ball here. Now, Florida keeps running receivers behind UCF all game long. It's just a question whether they can actually throw the football. 19 more points. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, we know they're going to score at least 3 more. Probably. Jokic has 15 rebounds.
Jazz are beating the T-Wolves. That's another game where people decided that defense is something we talk about at parties.
Optional.
Yep. Well, they scored 127 in the first half. Jazz are up 7. I almost have to take the Raiders. I know we stopped at that game and we didn't really get into the other games.
Who are they playing?
Denver with Drew Lock at quarterback. Yeah, but that's what we talk about in football. Everyone gets so big. They're up 10-0. They're up 14-0. They're winning the game. They're dominating. They are, but that lead is
Right.
so easily given up.
Well, that's
Only 2
why.
scores.
That's why when you're sitting there and you're looking at the halftime line, you're like, well, Tennessee has done absolute shit in this first half, and San Francisco has looked pretty good and probably could be up, 17 or 21. I mean, they should have been up more than 10.
They're kicking themselves for the way they play. I mean, they've left points on the
Right.
board.
Yeah, they should have been up more than 10, basically. So you look at that second half line, and you're like, well, do we see more of the same, or do we see a second half that looks completely different from the first? And we're seeing a second half that looks completely different from the first, and that seems to be the case more often than not.
But it's only different because he threw the interception. That's the only reason it's different. I haven't
Well,
seen
Tennessee
Tennessee
went down the
do
field
anything.
and got the 3. Tennessee moved the ball on their first drive of the second half. That was their best drive of the game. They were able to go down the field and at least get points.
Yep. All right, Florida's trying to answer and screw everybody's over all at the same time. Let's see if Florida just turns it up here and says, that's it, we're going to score. Basically, how could you screw Sean? Oh, I know how we can screw Sean. We could come back and win this game.
Yep.
It's pretty much what I believe that the book is thinking right now.
That's what it feels like is going on sometimes.
Oh, Emery tried to do a quarterback sneak. Instead, he ran right into defensive tackle. Not going to feel good in the morning. It's 3rd and 5. I'd be interested to see if Florida kicks a field goal here. Probably should. They're down 9 points.
Do you see where they legalized sports betting in Ohio?
Well, they did here too, but the mobile's not going to be up for 4 more months. Yeah, they're going for the field goal.
Yeah, ours is. They just signed it in. They said
And he missed it.
they just signed it in. They said they expect, because it has to go through the gaming regulatory commission or whatever, and then they go through and build out they assign the licenses and everything. Probably gonna be about another year or so. When did they sign yours in?
So the law was signed in June. The
Okay.
first licensings were finished right at the end of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And that's a license to say if I want to walk into the sports book, I can walk into the sports book event.
Yeah, I mean they're
And then
doing.
they said mobile is going to take 4 months later because granted, they only granted, I think it's 12 or 13 brick and mortar license, and then mobile they're doing 100, so that takes a little bit more. Which I joke because they're like, yeah, it takes longer, and I was like, yeah, it takes longer to get the payments to process before you issue the license.
Right.
Got to find a way to get back in.
Well, that's like it's so weird here because when I read what they signed in, I think originally, and I'm not sure if this was what actually went through, but originally they were giving licenses out to it was like every existing casino in Ohio, which is like, I don't know, I think there's like 15 or 18 casinos in Ohio. It's like every existing casino in Ohio will be able to have a sports book. And then there's also like another 20 standalone brick and mortar like sports books that they're going to license to be able to be built, if companies want to build them. So I'm guessing, DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, whatever, whatever companies, if they build standalones. And then they're also going to put in the betting terminals in the stadiums also. So like all the major stadiums.
Yeah, that was our thing. So you have the Redskins Stadium, yep, technically in Maryland. So therefore, it has BetMGM. You have the Ravens Stadium has something. The National Stadium is actually in D.C., so it's not in Maryland. But then the Baltimore Stadium, the Orioles Stadium, has a different affiliate. And then you take all that, and you have the casinos. All right, one has FanDuel, the other is Barstool. Goes there, and then with our other thing is the racetracks. So Pimlico gets one, Laurel gets one, and then the interesting one is your off-track betting at the fairgrounds is actually getting one, which they're just building out a giant sports book. Probably bigger than the off-track betting ever was, and like all the TVs and things, and that's where people will go to the week. I mean, if COVID wasn't there, that's probably would have been pretty popular in December. So UCF is going to do their best here to try to run out the clock.
Yeah, I actually haven't been. I haven't been to the closest. The closest book for me is in West Virginia, and the the one in the one in Pittsburgh is probably it's actually probably a little further. Um, and it's downtown Pittsburgh, and the traffic and the fucking roads. It's a train wreck to get in and out of Pittsburgh. So I try to avoid that if at all possible. West Virginia, me going to West
Uh-oh.
Virginia is a
UCF,
straight shot.
he's down to the 50. Yeah. I mean, those are the. I mean, I would go if I have a group of buddies to go with on a Sunday and say, hey, let's just go and watch the games. And it's like going to a bar
Yeah,
and grill.
I used to go. I was going every week. Before COVID, I was going every week. Like Sundays, I'd go in the morning, and then I'd take off about 2 or 3 o'clock.
4th and 1,
then-
and 49ers move first.
and then they kind of shut down for a little while, and then they were making everybody wear masks inside, of course, but you wear masks inside, but they have smoking. Like it's all smoking inside. So you're wearing a mask and the smoke just gets into the mask, and that's all you smell. Is like you smell like you're on fire. Like
It'd kind of be like opening the door to Dee's house on a Sunday. Let's watch the game.
right. Just a big cloud of
4th
smoke.
and 6, they go for it anyway, and Garoppolo makes a terrible pass to Ayuk, who is wide open. And then Debo turns around and grabs him before he comes off the field. That's interesting. So he was walking off the field, and Debo come and grabbed his shoulder and turned him around. Like, hey, I want to talk to you.
Really?
Yeah. UCF might get another touchdown here. 3rd and 1. Big 3rd and 1. Gators come all the way up the line. Bowser, big hole. I can run a truck through it. And he's into the second level. Down to the 13. Gators lost this game. Outright. It's going to be UCF. Can they cover 10? It's going to be a UCF touchdown here in a second.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's no good jump shot. No booze in the casino. See, I'm like 50-50. When I go to the casino, more often than not, when I go, I usually don't drink. Because a lot of times when I go, I'll go in the morning or like early afternoon and try to go when it's not as busy. But the last time I've got a stack of tickets. I've got a stack of tickets that I still have to cash in that are from March Madness from this past year. So that's the last time I was there.
That's not good.
Mm. Which, come to think of it, I should probably go and do that because I think they're only good for a year.
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't have unlimited shelf life.
Yeah, they're only good for a year.
So the Hawks beat the 76ers. Pelicans wins as expected. The Heat beat the Pistons. Don't cover the 12. And the Knicks lose outright to the Wizards. And
especially when
and the
they got those. Especially when they got those ATMs in there.
Yep, definitely jump shot. Definitely. I don't do it as much since I don't go out most of the time without my wife, so it's probably not wise. Uh-oh, Tannehill was just about to get KO'd. Oh, two terrible tackles. I think they did KO him because there's a flag down. Good, they do call holding. Quisenberry, not the pitcher from the Kansas City Royals. All right, so we stopped at football just to let you know. We never got to all the games. So Buffalo, New England.
So New England is, or Buffalo is, they're going to be
Big
without.
stack.
They'll be without Beasley. We know that. I think is Damian Harris done for New England, or is he possibly going to be back? I wonder.
Well, that was the one question I had as well, because I think that changes. Because technically, Harris, Stevenson, Bolden, and James White are all listed as possibly not playing. Harris is another limited practice session, so he could maybe go. Oh, this is going to be a free play. They're going to throw it as far as he can, and it's a jump ball for A.J. Brown, and guess who wins? A.J. Brown. You had 3rd and 23, and you jump off sides, which allows them just to hoist one up. And A.J. Brown comes up with the play. It's the best I've seen A.J. Brown look in weeks. Like, even when he was healthy. Like I said, what can
That's a
screw
minus
me?
2.5. I wonder
Tennessee
what
winning.
that. I wonder what the weather's going to look like there. New England.
40s. Don't think it's snow. I mean, my gut feeling is Buffalo wins this game.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. Just because I feel like the last game the weather was the deciding factor in the game.
Yeah, it was
Buffalo
14-10. It
couldn't
wasn't
move the
like,
ball.
yeah,
It
but I
was.
think they make the adjustments, and I think they win this game.
Yeah,
It's not going to be
I would
just who
take.
can run the ball. Yep.
It's 2.5 points. It's 2.5 points with Buffalo. I would probably take or 2.5 points. New England's laying. I would probably just take Buffalo money line.
Yeah. 2.5's
Or
not going to get you much.
or tease them.
Then you got
the 8.5.
the Jacksonville Jaguars and a chance to get a win here versus the Jets. We know Flacco is out. We know Crowder's out. We know Elijah Moore is out. We know a bunch of guys on defense. Every defensive tackle they have, except for Nathan Shepard, is out. Every weak side linebacker.
How do you bet on either of those teams?
Because the Jets are going to have about 20 guys missing.
I mean, Jacksonville looks like they've been playing with minus 20 guys all season.
Yeah, I mean Jacksonville's gonna have a lot of guys missing as well. James Robinson most likely not going this game.
Didn't Jacksonville just get dick stomped by the Texans at home?
I'm aware of that,
Right?
but I actually think the Texans might be a better team than this Jets team with all these guys out. John Ward is out. Malcolm Brown's out.
I would go back to something somebody told me a long time ago. This game, these teams deserve no action.
Yep.
It's two bad teams. Anything can happen. I don't want to try to figure it out.
The Giants on Philly with a really, really short week. 10 points.
God, I don't know. The Giants actually, I mean, they looked better with Jake Fromm, right? I mean, he only played 3 minutes, but I mean, I think they looked a little better on offense. I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to compete in this. Wow, they're fucking getting 10 points. Sheesh.
And Philly's playing on 3 days rest.
And yeah, I definitely wouldn't lay 10 points with Philly. I don't know if I'd really want to take the 10. Might tease the Giants. Tease them to 16. I think the Giants can keep this one close. Maybe I'm no.
Yeah.
Just got done talking. I just got done talking about betting on bad teams. Now I want to bet on the Giants.
Yep. Then you had the Bears in Seattle. Bet you could have won a lot of money if you gave the Seattle Seahawks team total at 6.
Seattle is laying 6 points at home. I don't know. I feel like this game is lined right.
Yep.
I don't know that I see an edge.
How'd they get their first down? I thought it was third down. Tannehill, the throw, and it's A.J. Brown again, touchdown. I don't know how you're not double covering him saying somebody else beat me. Because no one else has. Now, this is a really tight window he's throwing, but, I mean, I got to have safety inside of him the whole time there. I mean, I mean, you've watched him complete the third down. You come and you're in the red zone. Make somebody else beat you.
Right. That
2
Raiders
minutes
Broncos
and
game is a
37
pick.
seconds to go. I like the Raiders.
You like the
I'm
Raiders?
taking this over Drew Lock. That's my question. You have there's a lot on the line for both teams. But in the end, I'm taking Derek Carr over Drew Lock. That's what I'm taking. All right. Emory Jones back to pass.
You don't like Drew Lock?
I have liked Drew Lock, but he just hasn't done in the NFL. He hasn't looked good in any game he's played.
I kind of like him better than Bridgewater. I think he's more he's different.
He's a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger.
He is a
They're going to
gunslinger.
throw one turnover.
And Bridgewater is Mr. Safety.
Yep.
He's conservative.
All right. The Florida receiver just died.
And I mean, to be quite honest, I don't know that Denver really needs a gunslinger. I mean, they want to play defense and ride the running backs.
Yeah, I just don't think their defense is that good. I see Vegas here getting a reprieve and a lot to play. I think Denver has a lot to play for too, but I mean, I don't think. If this game is at Denver, I'd probably be on Denver at Pick'em, but at Pick'em, I would take the Raiders. And of course, one of the UCF guys got a taunting call after the Florida threw an incompletion. And the number of first downs that have come from penalties after the play is hilarious. And the fact that San Francisco let the Titans come right back in here is also hilarious. Really good if you had that under, because if San Francisco ties the game here, you're probably going to get the over teaser. Cart's coming out for the Florida guy with 2 minutes out left. After he let him hold the drive. All right, then we go to the really good game. You missed the Pittsburgh Kansas City game.
I don't know that I even have a line on that one. I think that's off the board right now.
Somehow Pittsburgh Kansas City is 8.5. My favorites.
Yeah, I don't have a line on it right now. Are they in KC?
Yep. No. Yeah. There.
I mean, the Steelers have looked so bad, and they've looked so bad, and yet somehow they're managing to win games. It defies all logic. I work in Pennsylvania. My office is in Pennsylvania, so the majority of people that I work with are Steeler fans. And I actually had a guy at work tell me yesterday that that the Steelers are so bad that he thinks that it's a conspiracy that they're fixing the game so that Tomlin won't finish with a record under 500 because he never has. Because that's how bad they've looked, and yet somehow they're managing to win games. And that's from a Steelers fan. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm like, to me, I've been, as a Browns fan, I've been watching the Steelers forever just to watch them lose. Like I've always watched them just to watch them lose. And they've always fallen ass backwards into like 8 or 9 win seasons. Like even when they had their worst teams, they've always managed to be 500. Like it's just something I've always been used to. This particular Steelers team is very bad, though. Yeah, I don't trust the Raiders either, Ken. I'm with you. I don't trust the Raiders either. I'm not going to bet the game because I don't really, have that much confidence in the Broncos either. But I mean, I watched a Raiders team that should have lost to a Browns team that was basically a practice squad. The Raiders should have lost that game, and it was effectively it was Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett and the practice squad. Like I don't, and the Raiders were, basically, as far as I know, they were basically fully healthy. I mean, no Waller, but I think pretty much everybody else was there.
1st and 20. Jimmy G's running for his life, and it's a sack because he can't make up his mind. And I'm watching where he says he can't find anyone. Watch this. All right, Kittle's open. Kittle's still open. Ayuk is open if you throw loft the ball over his head. There's no safety back there, so you can just make that throw. Instead, it's still holding the football. Still holding the football. 2nd and 29. And here comes Landry. He comes right in. Here comes the flip. And they gain 7. 3rd and 22. Lots of plays for 3rd and 22. The Florida guy is still down on the field. He may actually
Is
be
that
released.
the? I'm guessing that's. Ben said Memphis over 55. I'm guessing that's the Memphis Hawaii game tomorrow. Talking about.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you're going to get any scoring from Hawaii, yeah, I think it's over 55.
I took the points with Hawaii.
Yeah.
I took the points with Hawaii. I took Georgia State. Who else? There was another game.
So Debo gets you into 4th and 8. Denver's looking good. That's week to week. Denver's looking good. I mean, Denver didn't look good versus the Bengals. They looked good versus the Lions. They didn't look good versus the Chiefs. They looked good versus the Chargers. They didn't look good versus the Eagles. I mean, they win one, they lose one. They win one, they lose one. They win one, they lose one.
Well, we have an update on the Hawaii game. It is canceled. The Hawaii Memphis game is canceled for COVID.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I went to check my bets and I'm like, did I win something? And then I'm like, nope, it refunded me on the Hawaii game.
No, they changed the line and they just said, "No, here we're giving you the money back at the better line." Hawaii. I mean, Memphis is now the team that's waiting.
Hawaii out of Hawaii Bowl due to COVID. We're gonna play this game at your stadium still, but yeah, you can't come.
But here's the thing: if you're Memphis players, are you really like, all right, who cares? We've been in Hawaii for a week. Time to hit the nukes, boys.
Right.
Not that they already haven't had time to hit the beach being there, but it's yeah, that's like crap for not going to play. All right, it's 4th and 10 for Emory Jones and his last pass possibly as a Florida Gator. He has done a great job just slightly missing receivers all game. And here comes the blitz. Oh, and he gets tattooed.
Really didn't he really didn't do himself any favors by playing in this game, I don't think.
No, he did not. Why is there no sports tomorrow? Oh, that was the only thing.
That was the only game. Yeah, that was the only game.
College basketball. There's no nothing.
I know there's no NBA tomorrow. There's no NBA. There's no NFL. And
actually, that's not the only game. South Florida supposedly is still playing Hawaii at the Diamond Head Classic in college basketball. That's at 12:30. Actually, that's 12:30 a.m. That's tonight at 12:30 a.m.
That's in like 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, it sure is.
This is definitely not the week to be already down. This is just a fucking nightmare. UCF has the ball with 2:18 left. And Isaiah Bowser runs in the line. I mean, let's see if the Niners can do something here. Got him backed all the way to the 2. Please do not single coverage A.J. Brown. Yes, they will. They literally not only single coverage him, they gave him an 8-yard cushion. What are you doing? I mean, this is just a defense that's just stupid. Yeah, he's going to bail out. No, he's just going to cut across right in the middle and move the ball out of the 2-yard line. Where's your fucking safety? What else? What are you doing? One guy's beating you.
Kind of like Hawaii in this basketball game. 3.5. They're at home.
Yeah, you two have P13. Definitely. Okay, so this is. We're going to cash the teaser, but we should have. San Francisco, I needed to win. Because I needed to win.
You empty.
And you're going to stop the run. The only question is going to be on 3rd down, are you going to double team A.J. Brown? That's the question right here. Are you going to double team AJ? If you're not going to double team AJ, you're going to lose this game. Might still lose this game. Maybe double team AJ, but Garoppolo's got to make a decision with the football.
I feel like we need to hand the ball off to Foreman like 4 or 5 more times.
Well, you got a good chance if they can get a first down.
Yeah, them being ahead and wanting to kill the clock is pretty much best case scenario.
Well, they just let Ferkser run right over the middle. That's just everybody bailed out, and you just ran Ferkser underneath.
Let me see.
So this is a bailout. Here it goes. So A.J. Brown draws the corner of the coverage. Everybody else is back down. You're playing quarters. I don't know why you're playing quarters on 3rd and 8. That's stupid. Especially if a first down pretty much almost solidifies the game. Because you're going to nail another 3 minutes off the clock. San Francisco is going to look back at this game and just kick themselves. There's no reason they should be trailing. There's no reason.
They really did blow the game. I mean, they dominated that first half. And in the second half, it's, it would have been a matter of, can somebody stop A.J. Brown? Can we put anybody else on him? You put 2 guys on him, 3 guys on him, anybody.
Well, the San Francisco quarterback's really good, but you need to double. Ian Browser gets the first down. That's the end of the game, and UCF wins outright. And here's A.J. Brown's going to throw it, and it's almost picked.
Why? This is where Tennessee makes dumb decisions. Why is A.J. Brown throwing the ball? Like what? Like when people complain about play calling being vanilla and wanting to get creative, that's not what the fuck they were talking about. Don't do that when you're up 7. Do it when you're down 10.
It's almost picked. Almost picked twice. The Suns blew over the Thunder in the 3rd quarter. We should have took the -11. 37-21.
I mean, it could be because A.J.
Brown
is actually not a quarterback.
What's the flag? That's not good. That's a hold right there. He's got a hold of his shoulder pad at the upper shoulder, and they didn't call that. They got lucky. It's called hogtied. All right, we get 64 points in the Jazz Timberwolves third quarter. Like I said, team that was defensive adverse. We only get 53 and then 54 and the Nuggets Hornets, but the Nuggets are now up 17. And here's going to be San Francisco with 5 minutes to go. And UCF, the game is over, and there's a fight in the middle of the field, just to let you know, between Florida and UCF. And that's kind of been this game all day.
I was going to
Florida
say
was
that.
trying to show they're big and bad, and despite having sub-poor quarterback.
That's actually not
All right.
surprising.
We'll see what yeah, the Bucks won. They're up 8 points. They look like they're going to cover. They controlled the second half. Middleton had 26. Cousins had 22. Holiday had 22. Dallas, basically everybody who started had double digits. And then Marquise Chris got 13. Jalen Brunson at 19. Brown 10. Powell 10, 12. Finney Smith 12. Neil, I never can say his name. Nicolina, Ina, whatever his name, actually had 14 points, which by itself is a minor miracle. Got the Spurs and the Lakers. Spurs have been a very interesting team lately. They just love to just somehow are running and gun it versus everybody, which is leading to a bunch of overs. I just don't know if I could ever take an over with the Lakers because they don't shoot the ball well enough. First half is 116. That's a crazy number. Yeah, Ken, that was a good call with the Bucks. That's good. I tailed that. I took the -3.5 and the money line with the Warriors, who of course are losing. But they're only down 2. It's not like they're dead. But that was my one question. How much motivation are you have these teams today that are going to play on Christmas Day on prime time? So, Rich, answer me this question, because I asked this question to MTV, and he said he would watch basketball. So the question was this. Saturday, they're promoting all the NBA games, like the big NBA games. And you got 5 good NBA games, well, 4 good NBA games.
Mhm.
The problem is this year, you have 2 NFL games. And I said, really, even if you had Detroit versus Houston, that's going to draw a better number than any of the NBA games.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And he
mean,
said, no, I'm not watching Detroit versus Houston. I watch the NBA. And I was like, why? It's a mid-season NBA game. Who cares? Doesn't mean anything. I mean, am I going to watch some of the NBA? Yeah. But the early game sucks. It's Hawks versus Knicks. Celtics versus Bucks is generally a pretty good game, but we're assuming Giannis, whether he plays or not.
yeah, I mean, if it was a crappy football game, I would probably like given the choice, if I only was able to watch one or the other, I would probably watch a basketball. If it was a good basketball game. So like if we're talking like perfect example, Jets and Jags. I don't want to watch the Jets and the Jags. I don't want to watch the Jets and the Jags, period. I definitely don't want to watch the Jets minus 20 players. Like, so I would take, I would probably watch it if it was a good NBA game. I don't even know who the NBA games are. Usually those there's like a They normally do a 12. They have like a 12 and then like a 230 or 3, and then it's like
12,
it's like every
235, 8, and 10:30. Yep. Every 2.5 hours.
Usually those 3 middle games are really good. Like the whatever the one is that's usually on at 5, that's like usually the either the previous season's championship rematch, or something like that. Like what was it? This last year was what, Bucks Lakers, or Bucks and Bucks Suns.
Yep. So you got
Beat.
Celtics, Bucks, Warriors, Suns, Nets, Lakers, Mavs, Jazz.
Okay, yeah, Nets, Lakers, yeah. What was the other one? Warriors and Suns. That's another good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those are. I would watch those games over like a really crappy NFL game.
Yeah. Okay. I was in the other camp.
I mean, to be honest,
Garoppolo.
just the last few weeks or the last month of the NFL has just been so frustrating. And it's not even any, it's not like betting or anything. Betting has actually been, it's been up and down, but it's been okay. It hasn't been terrible. But some of the games have been frustrating. All these guys being out's frustrating. The I feel like every fucking game that I watch, there's a point in the game where the refs just make some insane call that seems to turn the game.
He's in the second level. Niners to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5-yard line goes Deebo Samuel.
We might get overtime.
Sorry.
We might get overtime.
This is a hell of a catch.
No, it just seems like more and more frequently the refs are having a game-changing impact.
Yeah, I mean, each time, yeah, the refs definitely are starting to play more of a line than you want them to ever play. Well, this at least allows me to take the Tennessee live and cover some of my San Francisco bets. Wow. Samuel landed on the football. Jimmy G goes, hey, I threw the ball to somebody. He ran for a bunch of yards afterwards. Oh. So I do need your help getting.
Go ahead.
Do need your help getting those last 2 weeks in, so we can at least have a firm record for the end of the year. And then we have to have a powwow. I was talking to D of how we're going to promote how we want to promote next year.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Debo he's so freaking good. Like, he's really come into his own this year.
First and goal, Wilson down to the 3. I'm interested. They get the second and goal. The number for the Titans increased to minus 165. Minus 170.
They know something we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're taking the odds. Okay, that's one less down. And Debo still hasn't got back in the game. Come on, just throw it to George Kittle. Okay, all you need to do is put all your receivers on the left, put Kittle on the right. There you go. And then he's going to do a square out. No, you literally blocked Kittle, and it's a touchdown to Brandon Ayuk, who punts the ball after he scores. I actually think that should have been a 15-yard penalty. I do. I think there's a rule in the thing about punting the ball up.
I think so too.
Brandon Ayuk is wide open here. And there's open, and I'm the only guy back here. All you got to do is just throw it high so I can go get the ball. Not high like the guy in North Texas was. Niners find a way to get back in this game, and it's good. Just barely. It was almost blocked, and Robbie Gould sneaks it in there. Now it's Ryan Tannehill's turn.
So we got a tie game with what, about 2.5 minutes left?
Yep, 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay.
I'm looking for a live line, and of course I don't get it. Oh, there it is. Minus 130 on Tennessee. The only reason I'm taking this is because I had a bunch of parlays closing with the Niners. So, and I was asleep for most of the game when they were up 10-0. I didn't want to put any more on Tennessee because they looked terrible. They looked like dog shit. All right, let's see what kind of. I would say we guard A.J. Brown once again. Because I don't think you're going to get Tennessee being stupid enough to do another wide receiver throw. Yeah, Girardi needs a TD. I'm playing for a field goal. Decent return to the 26. All right, here's the thing. Titans got all 3 timeouts. San Francisco has all 3 timeouts. 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
So we've got 2 minutes left.
2 minutes and 16 seconds. Tannehill back to pass. He's got a tight end over the middle for 6 seconds. That's a very interesting play. Two-minute drive. Okay, that's it. 16 seconds for 5 yards. I think the Niners will give them that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they won't continue to give them that, but to start off the drive, that's exactly what you want. You only got one play before the 2-minute warning. You don't really get a free timeout. It wasn't like it's a big 20 or 30-yard throw down the field. So, let me get some ice cream.
Man, what a game for Debo. 8 for 143 and another 32 on the ground.
So where does he get drafted in the first round? You have to say he's in the first round next year.
You're talking fantasy?
Yeah.
I mean, so I think it's, it depends on what kind of league you're in. If it's a full point PPR or half or standard, and if you're if you're a wide receiver league.
I don't think it matters.
I mean, he's running now. Like, I don't know if they're going to continue to use him doing that, or if they're going to, go back to their standard running backs. I mean, who was the? I'm trying to. I mean, they've got Elijah Mitchell, but who was the starter before him?
Mostert.
Yeah. I mean, they have so many damn running backs. I don't understand. I feel like they don't need him. They don't need him to be running the ball.
I know you're an Ohio guy, and MT13's an Oklahoma guy. Do you think Sermon ever gets a chance with San Francisco, or he needs to change the scenery?
I think he gets a chance. I think he had a couple things working against him. He's managed to he's got some type of injury or something he's been dealing with most of the season. He's got like 15 other running backs in that room. Shanahan has proven time and time again that he doesn't really give a shit who you are or where you were drafted. He's going to play whoever's working the hardest at practice, which apparently was Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, but apparently, like, Sermon was way behind, like, understanding the plays, running that. He just, they had him way down the pecking order.
Well, where did Mitchell played? Where, Louisiana Lafayette?
Yeah, they ran the ball. That's confidence.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with my stream, but it's like on commercial or something. I don't even know.
They're at the 35-yard line. It's first down. They gain another 4 yards to 40. They're playing for a field goal. They're playing for a field goal and no more time. That's what they're playing for.
I think it's snowing here.
Down to the 40, and it's incomplete, and there is a flag, and that's going to be a 5-yard PI. Niners can stop giving up 5 yards every play would be nice. Because eventually,
are they going to get the field goal?
That's what it looks like.
They got to be getting close, right?
Holy cow! The Nuggets were up 24, and they're now up 2.
The Nuggets were up 24, and they're up 2 now.
Yep.
Wow.
Tannehill breaks the pocket. Tannehill into the second level. Tannehill to the 40. Tannehill to the field goal range. To the 37-yard line. Ryan Tannehill goes running.
How much time?
A minute. But they're going to kill this clock, and then Niners have 3 timeouts, so technically Niners can stop the clock.
They're going to have to start calling them.
Yep.
If they want any chance to get the ball back.
We got Tannehill running out and buying time. Biggest runs there. Gets to the 30. Another nice 4 or 5 yard gain. Niners call timeout.
Man, Mikal Bridges has been a real disappointment this year.
Yeah, he has a cash for me in a lot of different things. Yeah.
Fantasy, he's just been, I don't know, mediocre. He's not killing you because he's getting like 20, 25 points a game, but he's not like, I drafted him and I guess he was an 8th round pick. I guess it wasn't that early. It just feels like it was early.
All right, gain any yards here. This will be San Francisco's last timeout. All right, how do I say this nicely? I understand calling timeouts. I really do. Except they're going to run the ball here. Then they're going to kick it. You're not, with the time on the clock, it doesn't make sense. You're going to gain 10 seconds. Part of me would feel like just run it down and let's just see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Would they do less plays? Because Tennessee's not calling timeout. So instead of 3 runs, maybe you get 2 runs. They're going to run Tannehill. He's going to set up the ball. He's going to fall down. He's going to lose a yard. And you're going to get 6 seconds. And here comes Randy Bullock.
I think this will cash Twatty's 5.5, right? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this will cash his 5.5. So cash his 6.5 too if he hits it.
Oh, he's on the
Anybody
kicker?
took it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody took it.
And the Hornets and Nuggets are tied. Partly because the fourth quarter is Hornets 24, Nuggets 7. It's also killing my overs. So hopefully it'll go to overtime. This pathetic shot from the Nuggets. And instead I got Factor Fiction somehow. We jumped on. All right. In the words of nothing good can come to me, this is nothing good can come to me. Kicker's ready. It's up. It's going wide. It's going wide, and it's not. It's good. Yep. I was going to make 160 with San Francisco winning, so of course that couldn't happen. Up 10 points, controlling the damn game. All you had to do is not throw it to the other team. That's all you had to do. You did it twice in the second half. Well, no, you did it once in the first half. So I was like, it's going wide. Just not wide enough. Oh, the teaser's going to hit. Kittle's not going to hit. Debo's not going to hit. Did everything. Knicks didn't hit. Jimmy G went, I don't know, he was on pace to go under, but I'm not sure what that last Debo play that it did. I think it probably went over. Yeah, he got 300 yards on that last play. Wilson hit. Warner missed. Yep, not a good way at the end of the year. We got one more week. Not sure if we're going to go Sunday. We'll see. They come out for 4 seconds. All right, guys, we're going to go up. We're going to grab them so you can get a PI call 30 yards down the field. That's all this is. I don't even know if Tennessee, they're going to run a wide receiver screen to Debo. Debo runs into people. He looks to trip it back. It pitches back. It goes to Ayuk. It goes to Garoppolo. He flips it to Kittle. Kittle's still alive. Kittle cuts in the middle. He's got a hole. I think he was down, but they're still running. Nobody's behind them. And Ayuk, I think, lost 7 yards. I still don't know why guys don't do that like the Music City Miracle.
Hmm.
That would be the play to work it. Well, you witch, you pitch, you get all the way to the outside. Then your goal is to throw it all the way back across the field backwards and see if you can get a wall and then see if you can go. So, yep. So, all right. So I think right there we will end the show. I think we're going to lose some units here. So, hopefully you won some. There's plays. Twatty hit his play. If you took that, if you took the Milwaukee Bucks, that play hit. If you took any of the second halves on the Pistons or on the Wizards, that hit. We lose the Knicks outright. But so we'll add the plays up. We lose UCF. We hit the UCF under. That was easily. Shocked UCF won the game. That's another game where Florida just kind of shit the bed. Other than that, any last things you got here, Rich?
Nope. Nope.
All right.
We talked through the NFL games and talked through some college, even though the Hawaii game's canceled now. But we got a couple things coming up, and guess we'll see you guys next time.
Take it from there. Thanks all for joining. Yep, we got about maybe 1 or 2 more shows rest of the year. So, all right. Talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
Hey guys.